Thunderstorm looms over the ruined landscape, highlighting destruction and debris. She tells Qin Feng that he is truly special, highlighting his unique importance amidst the chaos and destruction. He reflects on his 100 lifetimes among the ancient ruins, claiming to keep the artifact known as the Eye of Judgment. He, drenched in blood, questions his betrayer, wondering why this treachery occurred at such a critical moment. He claims, "I'm your brother," revealing his true identity as Qin Xiaoyu, amidst the rain and ruins. She questions, "Brother," feeling the weight of betrayal, as he declares that he is nothing more than the adopted son of their parents. Xiaoyu playfully scolds her brother Sun Fei, calling him a miser yet acknowledging his unexpected usefulness in their current predicament. Qin Feng expresses gratitude to Xiaoyu for helping him acquire a magical weapon, the Isoul Reaper sword, while she smirks cheekily, intrigued by his intentions. Qin Feng, with a bloodied face, expresses regret to his sister, Qin Xiaoyu, for misjudging her, revealing the risks he took to support her. After the loss of their parents, she recalls how he controlled her life. She mentions that while he was useful before, now that they possess the artifact, his value is gone. He fights fiercely, urging Qin Feng to die peacefully while vowing to protect Xiaoyu, as an enemy coughs, displaying vulnerability amid the chaos. He vows to never let her go, even at the cost of his life, as the rain pours down around him. He stands determined against the red storm, ready for combat. He faces the looming threat, realizing the game's currency is life, as he fights for survival against monstrous foes. He realizes that for a strong person, crushing a tank or slicing an airplane is no longer a dream. He survived with his sister, faced many challenges, and struggled to become one. After facing numerous dangers, he triumphantly acquired the Eye of Judgment artifact amidst the ruins of ancient gods. He felt a surge of triumph as he exclaimed about finally qualifying to reach the top, with golden energy surrounding him passionately. He questioned who would have guessed as he stood armored, seemingly unfazed by the chaos around him. He lamented that all he received was the betrayal of his loved ones, letting out a cry of anguish in the rain. He realized that his entire life's work was only used by others for blame, expressing his frustration in the pouring rain. He lay in the rain, bloodied and defeated, wishing for a second chance, resisting acceptance of his fate. He slept peacefully, realizing he needs to live for himself. He questions whether he is in the real world, looking puzzled as he stares into the night sky. He exclaims in shock, realizing he is not dead and is surprised to find it is 2025. He sits by the window, contemplating, as he stutters, perhaps. The city lights shimmer outside. He questions, reborn? Reflecting on his rebirth 9 years ago, he recalls the day the forgotten game of God was born. She calls out to Qin Feng, questioning why he ignored her call as he stands at the counter holding a cup. She expresses frustration to Qin Feng about him disappearing, emphasizing her commitment to help Song Fei, especially after their earlier fight. She recalls her brother's troubling behavior, expressing anger at his fans for their obsession and revealing his deceptive nature, explaining how he misled many women. She reflects on her protective actions, accusing him of causing problems and demanding accountability, questioning if he can hear her amidst the chaos. He prepares to strike with determination while she reacts nervously, shocked by the sudden explosion of energy. He points accusingly at her while she sits amid shattered glass, visibly shaken and alarmed by the chaos surrounding them. Qin Feng confronts Qin Xiaoyu, saying he doesn't have time for a fight but warns that her barking will earn her trouble. She reflects on the money her parents left her, claiming she has never touched it despite her struggles. Determined, she asserts she will repay everything today. He decides not to argue for their parents' sake, but asserts she must listen closely from now on. He harshly tells Qin Feng that she is no longer his sister. She sits on the floor, tears streaming down her face, feeling utterly defeated and alone in her despair. He reflects on his past life, feeling he lost everything trying to protect Qin Xiaoyu. Disheartened, he mentions too many hidden treasures and adventures led him to give up. He expresses curiosity while holding a sleeping pill, contemplating how far he can go without this burden. He decides to use his past life's knowledge to surpass others, telling Qin Xiaoyu he will let him prove his worth alone. He declares to Song Fei that he will take his life with his own hands, surrounded by an ominous purple aura. He walks confidently through the glowing blue archway, water rippling around his feet. He reminisces about the Grand Hall of Profession selection, feeling nostalgic, recalling his nervousness during his first visit as he vows to be faster this time. He reflects on his past life, stating that although he chose the warrior class to protect Qin Xiaoyu, it's unsuitable now, assuring his solo leveling speed will be much faster without that burden. Reflecting on his choices, he emphasizes that mobility is paramount and declares a decision has been reached. Determined, he decides to embrace a new path. He will choose the assassin class this time. He is surprised as he realizes that the artifact, Eye of Judgment, has been successfully bound. He activates the Eye of Judgment, feeling the immense power surge within him, knowing he will gain the god's best skills. He realizes the Eye of Judgment has accepted him after rebirth. He notes that an artifact becomes useless if its master is known, pondering his new beginning. He feels an intense pull from dark tendrils, confused and alarmed. He received shocking news that he had unlocked a hidden profession from the dark figure looming ominously, surrounded by swirling shadows. He felt a surge of energy as the ominous figure declared that the class transfer was complete, its hand emerging from dark shadows. He transformed, enveloped by dark energy, as a mysterious figure informed him he had become the Shadow. He realized that becoming the Shadow meant entering the highest level hidden assassin class, gaining power unlike anything he experienced before. He reflects on how each profession has a slim chance of attaining its superior hidden profession, questioning the authority of judgment to make that certainty possible. He reflects on the authority of judgment, pondering the ancient primordial's influence over rules and order, recognizing one's limits in claiming divinity. He reflects on his past life, revealing that in the 7th year, a strong man escaped to the land of order, where humans first discovered the power of order. Meanwhile, he acknowledges that in reality, years passed without anyone attaining that power. He never imagined achieving original authority, claiming it nullifies order and rules. He believes reaching the land of order will activate his authority, declaring he has one more goal in this life. He completed the profession selection and wondered about the game's name as a glowing interface appeared before him. He shared that since his profession emerged from shadows, he would name himself Shadow, presenting his codename in glowing letters. He enters the Forsaken Land, warning of monsters ready to tear him apart. As he departs the town, a warning echoes. If slain, half his life will be lost, but in Shell Town, peace reigns where players can't battle. He asks about this place and his profession. Another man, sweating, mentions returning from work and wonders if he is hallucinating. A hooded figure expresses pain, feeling trapped in a dream. He questions the man about the upcoming events and mentions his own profession as an assassin, expressing his urgency to act quickly to stay ahead. He exclaims in pain, questioning if she returns to town upon her death. He questions if a wild monster can harm health so badly, while another explains it's just a level 1 creeper they barely reduced. He cries in despair about his life being halved. He expresses frustration, saying, "Ugh," while her companions anxiously ask Sister Lizzie what they should do next. He notes that the archer starts with a short bow, but she wields a long bow, indicating her concealed profession. She suggests teaming up, mentioning their experience with powerful monsters, while he dismissively replies that he doesn't need help. She questions his decision to tackle monsters alone, noting the danger, while urging him not to underestimate his hidden adversaries. She questions the codename, Shadow, finding it overly pretentious. She suggests they should follow him to learn his skills, hoping to gather new information about the monsters. She giggles sinisterly, eagerly anticipating his demise as she plots. He strides forward confidently, cloaked in darkness, with a menacing aura. She reflects on the abandoned place, feeling uneasy yet determined, as she decides to quickly form a team despite her confusion. She reflects on the shock of facing a powerful monster from the newbie's village, realizing it's too strong for a level 1 player. He comments on how their starting weapons differ, a dagger for one and a short sword for another. He notes the other's speed and claims his agility should be superior. She observes that the player named Shadow is unusual, thinking if they follow him, they might gather some important intel. She notices the player named Shadow, cloaked and enigmatic, pondering whether following him could lead to gathering essential intelligence. She anxiously wonders if he has seen them lurking. He stood shrouded in darkness, surrounded by swirling energy, embodying a latent power. He questioned the sudden disappearance, wondering if it vanished out of nowhere. Concerned, he pondered the potential of stealth as a profession. He dismissed the idea, insisting they should return to town to check for level-up opportunities. She noted the danger outside, recalling their previous experience that had halved their lifespan. He suggested searching for hidden rewards like treasure chests or NPCs. He wondered if the enemies noticed him, reflecting on how uncommon his job was. The abilities boosted his stealth and attack upon breaking invisibility. He reflected on how the unique invisibility skill allowed him to remain undetected, while a shelter for players also highlighted the dangers of weak resources in the game. He realized the invisibility ended quickly, but thankfully, the cooldown began as soon as he activated it, allowing him to turn invisible again in moments. He mused about his past life as a warrior, reflecting on strength and constitution bonuses, wondering if shadow attributes could match agility. He pondered having 5 extra attribute points to allocate, noting that many players mistakenly boost strength or spirit at the start to enhance attack power. He allocated all his attribute points to agility, raising it to a total of 10, plus 1-3. He declared that no matter how many points she adds initially, any monster's damage will crush the player, emphasizing that only by boosting agility can she kill monsters without taking damage. In the looming shadows, the creeper at level 1, deemed normal, channels a glowing blue orb, signaling that danger looms in the progress of the dark forest. A creep lurks, urging to devour life, revealing it killed a 4-man team. He realized the creature's injuries indicated that it had been bled by the 4-man team it had killed. The character explained that when a monster kills a player, it absorbs their lifespan, allowing it to evolve. He stealthily emerged from the shadows, his piercing gaze focused, ready for a decisive strike. He faced an ominous red creature looming above, its claws poised for attack. He and another creature, both terrifying and monstrous, questioned something above them, confusion evident on their faces as rain pours relentlessly. He strikes down with intense energy, breaking through stealth with powerful determination. He dealt 174 points of damage, claiming victory over the creeper. He couldn't believe he achieved this in one hit, despite the damage's high risk. He recalled when a warrior's critical hit dealt only 40 damage, and defeating a creeper was a long struggle that left him battered. He gained 3 days of life and confirmed earning more years. The character, shrouded in a dark hood, grasped a glowing sphere, feeling its energy. He reflected on their losses, revealing he only had 54 years remaining, but insisted that lifespan wasn't crucial anymore. The Authority of Judgment activated, revealing infinite evolution as his new talent, offering chances to earn evolution points from defeating monsters. He learns that he will automatically earn 5 evolution points every 24 hours and receives a notification displaying his current total of 5 points. He contemplates infinite evolution and wonders if he can upgrade skills. Pondering the untouchable power, he decides to try upgrading Ishidoni. He consumes 4 evolution points, successfully upgrading skills. He activates stealth mode, where he remains invisible for 12 seconds while striking. He reflects on the skill duration upgrade, realizing he can now achieve infinite invisibility, making it possible to take down foes swiftly. He notices a thin figure in a cloak, surprised that he single-handedly defeated the monster, realizing the game is easier than expected. He expresses admiration for Brother Gong's strength, assuring him he'll handle at least 10 monsters together in the rain-drenched forest. He tells his brother that he notices he dislikes solitude and offers to look after him amidst the rain-drenched forest. He calls out to the mysterious figure, demanding a nurse. He jokingly tells Brother Gongza that the previous man is gone, attributing it to his imposing physique, laughing heartily amidst the rain. He yells in shock, "What the hell?" while a terrified girl stares wide-eyed, both caught in the pouring rain. A terrifying nurse-level spider hangs from a tree, rain pouring down, its grotesque form striking fear. Below, a smaller baby spider mimics its posture. The nurse is a novice boss with 1600 hydrogen phosphide, manageable for beginners, especially since many little spiders are under her control. He decided it was for the best, eager to test his upgraded skills and discover their true power. He aimed a powerful strike to shatter invisibility, demonstrating his upgraded skills. He noted his agility saved him, reflecting on how with 130 hydrogen phosphide, he'd have perished in seconds. That attack added over 300 damage, truly exhilarating. He noted that it became violent and warned that the monsters were smart, they wouldn't simply stand back when attacked. He sensed the creature attacked randomly, cautioning that the little spider remained alert, leaving him unable to approach. But if he was correct, a plan emerged. He unleashed a powerful attack, inflicting negative damage while targeting a weak point. He explained that his primary damage sources came from extra attacks while being invisible and upgraded skills, noting that even a stone throw would deal significant damage. He decided to wait for latent shadows cooldown to end before throwing the stone. He realized the stone could activate special effects like breaking invisibility, one-hit attack, backstab, and weak point attack, resulting in a damage of 279. He decided to cast Hide again, cloaking himself in shadows. He waited for stealth mode to end, then shouted to attack again. A bell chimed, signaling a leaderboard update in the town. A leaderboard update announced that Shadow, at level 2, had defeated the boss alone. Surprised, one character gasped as another exclaimed about being killed twice. He asked for help identifying a guy, while another questioned, "What? Leveling up solo?" They confirmed there's only one name on the list. He asked Sister Lizzie if this Shadow had just gone solo, questioning the logic in defeating the boss alone, while another expressed disbelief over the system. He questioned if the big spider had just died while wondering who the Shadow was, and she suggested it might be the invisible assassin from before. He learned he gained experience points for the nurse's death and reached level 2, along with a warning about the village being notified. He discovered the skill book, Hand of Avarice, which offers a 20% chance of extra loot from corpses, needing level 1 for mastery. He was surprised by this revelation. He noted that this skill would significantly improve acquiring equipment. Remembering his past life, he mentioned a guild member with moderate strength who gained fame through skills. He pondered that, despite the skill's limited 20% chance, combining it with his infinite evolution talent could greatly increase his loot. Xiaoyu questioned why she should apologize to her brother. She explained that skipping the exam to support Song Fei was justified and felt he should apologize instead. Xiaoyu expressed envy for having such a kind brother. She insisted that meddling was unnecessary, explaining that Song Fei was not her real brother. When asked about her face, she revealed she had fallen. She wondered what was happening as a large group gathered outside their classroom. A group of students confronts a boy asleep at his desk, while others look on in surprise and concern. Concerned, classmates inquire about Zhang Wei, who unexpectedly turned translucent. Another student mentions he wanted to sleep, but then he vanished. Concerned, classmates discuss Zhang Wei's bizarre situation, noting its widespread online as experts ponder the mysterious consequences of falling asleep. Worried, one girl plans to contact her parents about her brother, while her friend coldly insists he'd be better off dead. He evolves the Hand of Avarice, gaining a 20% to 70% chance for extra loot rewards. He successfully evolved the Hand of Avarice, obtaining 2 evolution points and gaining 46 transferable days of life. He joyfully exclaimed about his luck for obtaining 2 extra evolution points, realizing that he needed 3 points to evolve the Hand of Avarice for maximum loot. He believed every country should have discovered the issue, and more players would join. He decided to prepare by equipping useful gear, starting with the corroded dagger. He believed that soon everyone would discover skills and gear could become reality. He felt the world would fall into chaos and aimed to reach level 10 quickly. He warned Bibi to watch out, shouting for her to get out of the way as shadows loomed ominously in the rain. He warned Bibi to be careful, shouting, "Watch out," amid the heavy rain, as shadows loomed in the darkened forest. He is a level 2 runner, fighting a fierce creature with a massive mouth, while flames erupt in the background, heightening the tense atmosphere. She chuckled, recognizing the runner just as sleep beckoned, someone offering her a pillow. He realized the person was Wang Meng, confirming the rumors about him. They said when Wang Meng entered the Forgotten Game of God, he formed a team with 6 players of hidden professions. He shouted about the Holy Barrier, preparing for an imminent threat. Wang Meng's hidden prowess unleashed a powerful shield warrior, boasting strength double that of a normal human, marking a significant escalation in their battle. Wang Meng raised her staff, conjuring a fiery spell amidst the rain, demonstrating her magical skills in a dramatic moment. Wang Meng unleashed a powerful attack, showcasing her strength as sparks exploded around her, dealing 70 damage to her opponent. Wang Meng cast the spell, Prophet, which doubled her damage, unleashing a prophetic fireball amidst the stormy atmosphere. The archer, endowed with the hidden profession of sharp-eyed archer, unleashes twice the damage, while the priest showcases their healing powers with group spells. The archer unleashes a flurry of arrows, igniting explosions around the demon, who writhes in pain. The hero, struck by the demon's attack, gasps in pain. He exclaims that the boss is much too quick, making long-range attacks nearly impossible. He says the healer is keeping him patched up, urging everyone else to keep attacking to defeat the boss if necessary. Wang Meng expresses skepticism, thinking that the suggestion to attack and bleed seems overly optimistic in the tense atmosphere. Wang Meng warns that prolonged battles could attract more monsters, emphasizing the gravity of their situation. He identifies the Contaminator as a common level 2 monster, covered in dark brown mud and known for its ranged attacks. He warns his boss to be careful, brandishing a weapon as danger looms. He marvels at the unseen dangers and hidden professions while fleeing, realizing he has never encountered this before. He is startled by the high defense of his opponent, realizing he has to adapt his strategy quickly. He groaned, overwhelmed by the foul smell, exclaiming it reeked. Struggling, he realized he was stuck, feeling his speed vanish as he faced the grotesque creatures. She screamed for help, terrified as the grotesque creature emerged behind her, its yellow eyes glaring ominously. She struggled against the icy grip of the creature, its glowing eyes piercing through the rain. He stared intensely, the rain pouring down, while his friend looked startled and uncertain, questioning what loomed ahead. He questioned in disbelief if the person had truly defeated the Contaminator in one strike, wondering if help had arrived. He questioned how they could defeat a level 2 Contaminator so quickly, despite their original plan needing over 10 seconds against a level 1 tracker. He focused intensely, sword raised, as he dealt minus 441 damage to the ominous level 2 Contaminator, contemplating their swift victory. He exclaimed about the impressive one-shot kill, asking Big Lizzie if she saw who did it, while she simply replied no. He urged everyone to stay focused and keep fighting. He announced that only the runner remained, encouraging everyone to persist. He had just killed 2 Contaminators, gaining experience points and an evolution point, and received the skill book, Poison Dart, Normal, along with extra days of life. He learned about the Poison Dart skill, which inflicts continuous damage and has a maximum range of 14 meters. He decided to evolve it immediately. He faced the red creature with determination, feeling the impactful strike as it lunged forward, seeking to overpower him. He screamed in terror as the red creature attacked him, lifting him off the ground with its sharp claws, rain falling heavily around them. Wang Meng shouted urgently, while the other character confessed he couldn't enhance the person's health. Wang Meng gasped in pain, urging others to flee quickly as a surge of green energy swirled ominously around him in the rain. Wang Meng, engulfed in a rapid strike, unleashed a fierce, green energy attack, displaying his fierce determination against overwhelming odds. Wang Meng and a friend expressed shock when the boss's health suddenly dropped by half in just 1 second, revealing their disbelief. He lay on the ground, terrified, as the monstrous creature loomed, emitting terrifying sounds and ominous green tendrils in the dark atmosphere. He was shocked by the unexpected damage dealt and the rewards earned, amazed at the potential of stealth previously overlooked in the game's early stages. He exclaimed in pain, questioning if he was still human as glowing energy swirled around him. He realized the loot's light orb had vanished as he sat there, bloodied and shocked, surrounded by swirling energy. He nervously addressed his mysterious helper, thanking them for their assistance while feeling uncertain about who they were. He warned his thankful companion that trusting others in the wild was unwise, as they stood in a dark, ominous forest. He expressed understanding and gratitude, assuring Wang Meng not to worry. Wang Meng introduced himself, offering help later, while the others urged to leave quickly. He noted that Wang Meng was a dependable guy with official support from Da Sha, emphasizing his wealth and expressing desire for a stable sales channel. He received a notification congratulating him on earning 3 evolution points and gaining 55 transferable days of life, along with running leather leggings, bronze, and their requirements. He thought the harvest wave was good, noting he had gear for other classes, and planned to return to town once his backpack was full to trade items for tradable life. He noted his growth rate was over 100 times faster than before, promising Song Fei he would arrive soon. In a stormy forest, he fiercely battles a grotesque creature, while another character conjures a protective sphere, preparing to fight back against the looming threat. He yells in panic as the terrifying creature approaches, urging everyone to flee from the endless horde of monsters. He shouts, asking what she is doing standing there, while others react in surprise amid the chaos of the battle. He stammers in shock, questioning the monstrous figure looming before them as rain pours down, darkening the eerie forest. He sensed danger as the monstrous figure unleashed a powerful energy blast. In a panic, he screamed as the magical energy surged around him, leaving chaos and confusion in its wake. As he gasped for breath, the buildings loomed behind him, casting an unsettling shadow amid the turmoil. He cursed the monsters for always appearing in groups and fleeing at the last moment. The urgency was clear. He reminded his friend they needed to reach level 3 to exit the game. He expressed the need to gather more players, suggesting they should recruit at least 6 or 10, recalling a team of 10 who were slaughtered by monsters. He warned that attracting too many players would summon a boss. He recalled seeing 40 players attract the damned, which killed over 30 with one attack. He questioned if failing to reach level 3 would leave them trapped forever, noting they were merely consciousnesses after falling asleep, warning that if they couldn't exit, their bodies would starve. He exclaimed in frustration about the game's difficulty, while Sister Lee, concerned, noted their limited tradable life left after dying 3 times, warning they couldn't afford to die again. She wondered if the shadow was leveling up so quickly as she looked at the ranking list. She thought that he must have a method. They needed to find a way for him to get them to level 3 to escape the game. She insisted that if the shadowy figure helped them reach level 3, she would offer him 10 million in cash, leaving others shocked. After defeating a contaminator, he declared he now had enough evolution points. After using 5 evolution points, he prepares to evolve his skill, Hand of Avarice, which increases his chance for additional monster loot. He thinks about the 20% chance for extra loot at a higher rarity level and wonders if evolving the skill could boost it to 100% or even 200%. He recognizes the looming figure as the damned, feeling a mix of fear and awe under the heavy rain. He realizes the monstrous figure is the damned, pondering its devastating power as the rain pours heavily, confirming it can defeat many. He expresses frustration about bad luck, noting his full backpack. He mentions that even if he defeats the monster, he can't collect anything and decides to mark the location on the map. He realizes the boss needs time to level up, so he decides to empty his backpack before going back to defeat it, noting the creature's name, Elite Shadow. He notices the rustic architecture of the village, where tall towers and traditional buildings blend harmoniously under a bright sky. He heard someone mention a reward of 10 million for taking down Shadow, the top player. Others wonder why the wealthy aren't solving their problems. He manipulated dark energy, stunning onlookers as he advanced, causing one to question in surprise. He exclaimed in surprise, while a mysterious figure offered a brief sale of equipment and skills, urging everyone to hurry if they wanted to buy. He gasped in shock, noticing a figure with 2 sets of bronze gear eager to sell more. The crowd was astonished. He had defeated a bronze-level boss. He wondered why they couldn't see his face, while another noted his hide face function activated, making the game and reality identical. Such a mystery. She asked about the cost of the ice cone spell, while standing confidently, with her cloak flowing in a mysterious energy surrounding her. He mentioned the 100 days of tradable life, and identified a woman as Grey Rose, ranked 11th in Shell Village, noting she had activated hide face. Grey Rose questioned if 100 days was too expensive, asking if the cost could be lowered, as she held her staff. Grey Rose asked if she could pay with real-world money. The cloaked figure offered to hold on to tradable life for her if no one else would. Grey Rose hesitated, her expression turning serious as she asked, "Wait a minute." In the team channel, Grey Rose asked for opinions, while another character mentioned achieving level 2 quickly, citing its importance in escaping the game. A cloaked figure proposes a deal for 100 days of life, revealing that a level 2 team has eliminated many trackers, offering an ice spell in exchange. She finally located Shadow, facing him with determination, while another cloaked figure lurked nearby, observing the encounter. Determined, she offers Shadow a chance to level up, promising him 2 million in cash upon their return to reality. He heard someone mention that a chance to earn 10 million for Shadow was real, while another character contemplated how easily it could be done. He recognized Zhang Li, once a criminal gang leader, reflecting on her past while contemplating her father's power and the deadly consequences for disobedience. He glared intensely, declaring, "I reject it," showing fierce determination against what he viewed as scum. He confidently urged Shadow to join, promising a life of luxury with cars, houses, and women, while dismissing cash as obsolete. She scoffed, calling his words useless, asserting that in reality, she would teach him a lesson right away. He threatened that with one more word, he would kill her until her life reached 0. He threatened her forcefully amid chaotic surroundings, commanding, "Come forth." The ominous atmosphere thickened as characters prepared for confrontation. He urged everyone to follow as they rushed forward, amidst a tense atmosphere filled with urgency. He celebrated his sales, declaring he was ready to face the challenges ahead with newfound strength. He stared intensely, realizing that the cursed game would disrupt reality's balance. He questioned the identity of a mysterious figure, wondering about the fading legacy, while puzzled onlookers expressed their disbelief about the vanishing event. Only one's own strength is the basis of everything. He huffed as he leaned on her shoulder, both exhausted from their escape through the alley. She expressed her fury, saying that Shadow not only rejected her terms but threatened her. She vowed to find him and kill him when she returned to reality. He greeted her warmly, saying, "Hi, Sister Li," as she looked back in surprise. He introduced himself as Mao Li Jun, also known as Lao Mao, sharing that he was level 2 and aware of techniques to level up. He questioned her about the tricks, while she, looking serious, replied that she doesn't share with just anyone, though she could make an exception for her sister Li. He explained that to improve their skills, she must invest all initial attribute points into agility, ensuring their speed surpasses the trackers. She exclaimed how he played the game, frustrated after investing 5 points into strength, while he acknowledged her expertise and agreed to join her. She insisted he wasn't as strong as Shadow, but he agreed to go with her to level up. He unleashed dark energy, surrounded by swirling blue shadows while moving swiftly through the storm. He recognized the boss's challenge, having already turned silver, while a gray fog surrounded him, yet he continued to make progress. He prepared a poison dart, stating that the jump from silver to gold would require at least 7 or 8 hours, but he felt impatient. He stealthily struck, causing a significant damage of 659. The air crackled with intensity as he executed his swift attack. He learns a silver boss has 2 to 3 times the health of a bronze boss, realizing the challenge ahead. He notes that only 2 or 3 poison darts will suffice to defeat the enemy, as dark energy surrounds the ominous tree. He reflects on the boss's capabilities, noting that most attacks are area type, causing significant damage. After launching the poison darts, he quickly retreats to avoid danger. He decides to wait for the cooldown of Hidden Shadow, planning to strike during the boss's moment of vulnerability. He realizes he must turn invisible again to escape its attack range, feeling urgency as the eerie creature looms nearby. He declares that now is the time to act, swiftly moving through the rain as his resolve intensifies. He notices the eerie creature approaching, its glowing eyes piercing through the rain, filled with dark energy. He observes that the boss is nearly defeated and attempting to escape, noting its desperate struggle. He thinks surrendering will make things easier for him as blood splatters around. He celebrates his victory over the damned, Silver, feeling accomplished for leveling up twice and earning evolution points. He raises his hand, invoking the magical power, Hand of Avarice, ready to seize control. He successfully used the Hand of Avarice, receiving extra evolution points and tradable life days from the boss. He activated the Hand of Avarice, earning loot by upgrading it from silver to gold, amazed by its 20% chance to enhance rewards. He pondered about his limited backpack space after defeating bosses, expressing hope for a storage ring to hold his loot. He appeared startled, recognizing a significant moment as flames flickered from his outstretched hand amidst the shadows of the dark forest. She joyfully exclaimed her return to life, radiating happiness. They congratulated each other, celebrating their victory and teamwork, acknowledging brother Wang Meng's strength in achieving a smooth return to the city. She regrets not befriending the big guy earlier, feeling disgusted and covered in mud, hoping the new outfit will change the boss's opinion. She notices the leaderboard update, surprised that Shadow has reached level 5, confirming her curiosity about their rapid progress. He wondered if Shadow jumped straight from level 3 to 5 and defeated a tough boss. He mentioned his sister's age and hoped an expert would help level him up. He exclaimed in frustration about reaching level 3 while an expert was already at level 5, questioning their survival. He cleared his throat, urging not to dwell on past levels, and suggested they inform their family and friends about the cursed game's problem. He warned the group that chaos was imminent, advising them to prepare their loved ones. He then suggested they temporarily leave the game. He grimaced, holding his head as he sat on the bed, overwhelmed by fatigue. He noticed Brother Wang had awakened, urging to alert the captain immediately. He asked Brother Wang how he was feeling after worrying them. Brother Wang reminded him to rest, offering to watch the suspect instead. He urged everyone to hurry and gather, stating something serious had occurred. He asked if she formed a team of hidden professions that was nearly destroyed but someone had saved her. He confirmed that the codename is Shadow. When they were saved, Shadow was at level 3, but quickly advanced to level 5. He questioned how someone could jump levels so quickly, wondering if it made him the best in the world, while another speculated he might have defeated a boss. He questioned why Shadow hadn't returned to reality despite being level 3, pondering if he had family there to inform. He expressed uncertainty about whether Shadow truly had connections back in reality. She questioned whether Shadow might be a time traveler, noting that time travelers are often orphans who quickly adapt. She smiled playfully, asking if she wasn't correct, drawing attention. She looked at him with a playful expression, while he admonished her, saying she should read fewer novels and reminded her it was a serious moment. He reported that the information from Wang Meng about the game, abandoned by God, matches their findings, noting that some older players died shortly after sleeping. He cautiously warned that if one's life in, abandoned by God, reaches 0, they would truly die in reality. He stated that this is a supernatural event beyond understanding. Another confirmed it is very likely they are facing an invasion of unknown powers. Emergency orders for investigating the game, abandoned by God, were issued, and he urged the formation of a professional army. He emphasized the critical nature of the event impacting the world, stating that every country is focused on exploiting the game, abandoned by God. He warned that falling behind would mean losing international initiative, urging the need for information at all costs. He confidently appointed Anyu as the leader of Team 1, and she affirmed with enthusiasm, yes. The leader informed the group that Wang Meng would be the sub-leader, and they confirmed their understanding with a straightforward, received. He mentioned that, based on Wang Meng's description, Shadow's personality seems approachable, so they might attempt to connect with him. He believed Anyu was suitable as leader for investigating Shadow. He urged them to do everything possible to reveal Shadow's true identity, emphasizing the importance of government cooperation in gathering information while maintaining social stability. He understood the situation clearly as the meeting was adjourned, the vibrant sunset illuminating the cityscape. As the meeting concluded, he took in the sunset's glow enveloping the city. Zhang Wei warned that those in the same area might fall asleep together. The girl, anxious, insisted she must return home to prepare her parents for video games. She wondered why Qin Feng hadn't contacted her during the chaos and questioned if his ego was preventing him from apologizing. She recalled how he always calmed her down in the past, but today he crossed the line by hitting her, unlike even her parents. She angrily questioned why her actions led to such outcomes, while declaring to Qin Feng that without a genuine apology, she could never forgive him. He reflected that he had visited brother Song Fei recently and worried that without this event, he might feel abandoned by fate. He reminisced about their close bond, while she cried, lamenting, "I miss you so much," with tears flowing down her cheeks. She raised her eyebrow, realizing they entered the game while sleeping, pondering if brother Song Fei must also be there. She excitedly thought that entering the game would help her find him. She thought Zhang Wei leveled up quickly, so he must be an expert, and she needed to go ask him. She called out to Great Master Zhang Wei, seeking advice as he lounged casually at the table. He smirked at Qin Xiaoyu, teasing about her arrogance, while a friend behind him grinned, thinking of the chance to conquer Qin Xiaoyu. He explained to Qin Xiaoyu about allocating points in the game, stressing agility's importance for magic classes, while she questioned its effectiveness. He reassured Xiaoyu that once someone reached level 5, they could activate the teleportation portal, offering to help her level up and fly. Excited, Xiaoyu expressed her appreciation for the helpful items. A confident Qin Peng warned her about her attitude as she prepared to enter the game. In the rain-soaked forest, he knelt among glowing orbs, whispering in awe, "This is Iravatsa. Keep it under 30 words, clear and modern. The atmosphere is mysterious and magical as droplets fall." He examined the damned ring, understanding its potential to boost attributes and damage against monsters. He learned about the assassin class ability, Instant Cut, Silver, which allows him to dash invisibly, dealing damage with slashes. He explained the powerful area damage ability, emphasizing the importance of learning it immediately, which included dashing and even invisibility. He still had evolution points remaining and decided to evolve the Hand of Avarice first, realizing he had spent 8 and had 4 left. He observed, noting that killing monsters grants 2 extra loot drops, thinking that 1 monster equals 3. He still had 4 evolution points remaining. He muttered in annoyance about the cooldown not decreasing but reassured himself that he could remain invisible indefinitely with Instant Cut alone. He remarked that everything else was useless, except for the silver-level warrior skillbook, Battle Cry, which could fetch some money. He faced the monstrous, red creatures emerging from the stormy darkness, an ominous challenge looming in the eerie atmosphere. He considered the assembled creatures of level 2 to 4, realizing it was the perfect moment to utilize his Instant Cut skill. He reflected on his efficiency in defeating monsters, noting his time spent hunting. The shorter the combat duration, the higher the chances of encountering a monster. He decided to return, intending to sell his items and secure the minimum required for extraction, while looking forward to reaching level 10 for skill transfer. As rain poured, he congratulated her on reaching level 3, asking if she would keep her promise now. He urged calm, questioning if Zhang Hai would actually steal money. She offered her phone number, then inquired about trading life days for money. He laughed, stating the shadow guy lacked vision, unlike her. He promised to meet her in the real world later. He laughed, explaining that converting game skills to cash shows real intelligence, even if the game affects one's lifespan. He admired the detailed architecture of the vibrant town, highlighting the mixture of medieval and fantasy elements that created an enchanting atmosphere. He stood in awe as blue energy surrounded the glowing portal, realizing the Shell Village portal had been activated. He realized the Shell Village portal was activated, allowing free teleportation once daily, while another character recalled using an alert for mutual teleportation activation. She pondered the illogical nature of teleportation between starter villages, while knowing the main goal was to reach level 10 and venture to the continent left by the gods. She pointed towards the towering ruins, stating that was where the game abandoned by the gods truly starts. She exclaimed that the Master of Shadows had appeared again as a quick sale of skills and equipment was announced for only 10 minutes. He mentioned that the Grandmaster had finally arrived, prepared with 150 life days for sale. Last time, the Grandmaster sold a skill book for mages and a silver-level book titled War Cry. He eagerly announced he was taking the skill book War Cry, as the transaction confirmed 300 transferable life days were acquired. He sighed, questioning if the 300 transferable life days for the skill book War Cry were truly worth it. Another character explained that farming efficiency is doubled. He expressed his desire for the magic robe and new shoes, wishing to possess them both. He reflected on selling items quickly for transferable life days, expressing frustration for not succeeding again. A friend suggested selling more while another questioned the Grandmaster's next steps. She offered the Grandmaster a treasure, eager to know his interest. She explained the Space Ring's abilities, revealing its 12 slots without occupying armament space. He was shocked, exclaiming about the Space Ring's existence. He explained the special storage equipment's limitations and rarity, commenting on one sold for over 3,600 life days, while she wondered about its selling potential. She expressed she didn't want the Grandmaster's life days, just to add him as a friend, and noted he should join them in defeating a boss. He acknowledged the friend request, accepting Big Black Plum as a friend. She asked about the boss, wondering what kind it was, while he replied that it was gold level. She mentioned it looked old and rundown, seen from a distance on a boat in a swamp. She questioned if the old, rundown boat could be the Golden Ghost Ship, as he pondered her words with focused concern. He noted that the Golden Ghost Ship was a rare special boss that could appear at any level and drop useful special items. Whenever it appeared, fierce battles would ensue over it, especially if it emerged in a starter village where it would be the easiest to defeat. He pondered if the Golden Ghost Ship in the starter village could be the key to finding her, as it dropped valuable items. He exclaimed in shock about the legendary golden carp from his past life, marveling at its radiant appearance amidst the sparkling waters. He asked how she discovered the golden boss, while she explained she logged off to eat but returned quickly, eager to level up and explore the golden boss beneath the cliff. He recalled that in his previous life, A member of Wang Meng's team had the luck of a golden carp, finding rare bosses and treasures. Initially, he thought it was a developer's trick to obscure information. She realized it was true, and it was indeed her. Confused, she asked the Grandmaster why he was looking at her that way. The figure in the cloak assured her it was nothing as they left the shadowy archway, while the bald man observed them with concern. He spoke of his past glory, urging his brothers to follow him, while a worried subordinate reported that someone had left the village with a girl. He smirked, claiming the newbie couldn't resist dating a girl, then commanded his brothers to follow him. He offered help in the fight, suggesting the newbie keep the boss's items. Asking about others, he then made a small request. She asked if equipment drops for Captain Wang Meng and others could be sold at a small discount. She confirmed with no issue and asked where they were heading. He mentioned they were going to fight the gold-level boss when Captain Wang Meng logged in. He told her, "You're an assassin and I'm a mage. You can turn invisible, but I'd have no chance if you attacked." She responded, "Huh." She exclaimed that one man was killing a gold-level boss, expressing disbelief at his arrogance despite knowing the Grandmaster was strong. He called out for the Grandmaster, feeling lost in the rainy, dark forest. He grinned, announcing that the shadow had vanished. Others nearby speculated he tricked the girl and abandoned her in the field. He urged his companions to capture the girl for enjoyment, while another warned to follow him for a better life. They admired the boss's cleverness. He captured the girl effortlessly, while a sinister voice declared, "Instant kill." With shadows swirling around, tension filled the atmosphere. He reflected on the 5 players he had slain, feeling their defeat was trivial, likening it to exterminating 2 insignificant creatures. He called out to the Grandmaster, asking where she had gone, and explained that they had faced followers whom he sent back to the village. He expressed surprise at the Grandmaster's absence, jokingly mentioning the bathroom. Then, he suggested doing number 2 could cause a separation. Surprised and focused, she conjured a blue magical aura, standing within a mystic circle in the vibrant street. Surprised by the digital environment, she exclaimed about its realism, feeling a tactile sensation. Meanwhile, he noted that someone new had arrived. She felt powerful after unlocking the hidden class of life, contemplating if she was now equal to Brother Song Fei, while wondering about his knowledge of initial point distribution. She reflected on how she had a hidden class and that Zhang Wei promised to help her level up, asserting she wouldn't babysit Qin Feng. She wondered if this was the leaderboard, noticing Shadow was already level 6, while Grey Rose and Balala followed behind. She was frustrated, thinking Zhang Wei bragged at level 3, while Shadow thrived as the true expert. She wondered where to find Shadow for a better chance. She exclaimed in frustration, unable to connect with oscillating with the wind, while her companions looked on with concern. He expressed urgency, stressing the need for a healer, while his companions discussed finding another healer for their team. He greeted the other person with a simple, "Hello," while his companion observed quietly, sharing a moment of tension in the air. She asked if he needed a healer, claiming she had a hidden class, Priestess of Life. She exclaimed that it was the Golden Grade ghost ship, as rain poured down around them. She instructed to hide and be cautious of surprise attacks, assuring she'll handle the boss. He acknowledged her as the expert, advising her to stay safe. Due to the ghost ship, this area is a rage zone. The life loss rate is 100 times. He notes that time runs 100 times faster, making the 15-minute stay less concerning. The ghost ship appears in a storm, its eerie presence haunting the surroundings. A skeletal figure wields a sword, enforcing the danger of this level 5 challenge. He notes the special boss has a time limit, with 45 minutes remaining, which is sufficient to defeat it. He realizes defeating the ghost ship involves overcoming several challenges and notes its true weak spot is the phantom fire bell at the bow. He warns that attacking its weak spot allows it to control the surrounding waters. He explains that launching a massive area attack is crucial in battling the surrounding waters. He notes that the water jet inflicts severe damage, only warriors with a complete set of silver gear can withstand it. He mentions the agile shadow class needs to dodge carefully. He warns that after the area attack, it will summon 12 rotten aquatic ghosts onto the battlefield. He warns that each ghost possesses the strength of a silver grape boss, surrounded by decaying figures emerging from the murky water. He warns that 12 rotting aquatic ghosts will attack frantically, and if not handled quickly, their numbers will grow, leading to equipment destruction. He explains that he is always invisible, making him undetectable. He notes his need to find the right angle for a better view. He shouts to eliminate them all at once, as numbers hover ominously around him. The atmosphere is tense and charged in the dark forest. He silently observes as numbers indicate damage dealt by his poison dart attack, the dark forest rattling around him. She expresses fear and admiration, stating that Expert Shadow is the top-ranked player, feeling overwhelmed as the boss weakens significantly. Xiao Hei expresses panic, claiming he's on the verge of death, while another character reacts in shock, unable to comprehend the situation. He doesn't need to act, he should just wait for it to revive. She questions why the expert isn't taking advantage of the situation. He introduces himself as Hei Bu Lin, clarifying that he's not Xiao Hei, a name she finds amusing. He curses his carelessness, lamenting past victories in Shabak, now feeling humiliated by a younger healer amidst the pouring rain with menacing figures closing in. He informs his boss about the girl fighting alone at the cliff, expressing concern about their chances against the formidable shadow. He announces it is the 4th time, signaling an impending supernatural event. He mentions the most complicated part while being engulfed in swirling shadows beneath the heavy rain. He learned that when the gold-grade ghost ship reaches its peak, it will unleash a wide-range soul wave, swirling with ominous energy. He realizes it immobilizes for 5 seconds, feeling unable to evade during that crucial moment. In shock, he realizes the shadowy figure channeling energy whispers, "So," as a bolt of lightning crackles around him. He realizes he has died, losing 326 non-tradable years of life, while another message reveals a loss of 1087 tradable life days. He laughs, mocking the idiot who assumed he could take on a gold-grade boss alone after being called an expert a few times. He mocks the others, urging his brothers to attack the boss with only half its life left, excited to claim the huge amount of loot. He stands confidently, questioning the sudden light, while his companions look on anxiously. He exclaims his disbelief at the boss's power, while another expresses frustration at their recent losses and the overwhelming number of enemies. He angrily states the losses are massive, insisting they should continue. Another character expresses disbelief about the situation. Returning quickly, one character questions Xiao Hei about the numerous life spheres. Another mentions witnessing people overwhelmed by a water blast. He laughs lightly, realizing they lack understanding, and recalls his past suffering aboard the Golden Ghost ship. He reflects on the Golden Ghost ship's powers, noting its second half is more manageable but warns that attacking it could make it vanish, making defeat harder for normal players. He prepares to unleash a powerful poison dart throw, signaling determination. He confidently declares understanding of the creature's movement pattern, prepared to execute the shadow step technique. He notes to the boss that someone is battling him again. The boss replies, suggesting they should find a chance to defeat their enemies. She expresses her frustration about enemies always ruining their plans and worries that a guy is about to defeat the boss. She channels immense energy through her staff, feeling powerful and focused. He exclaims that God predicts thunder today as energy crackles around, revealing shock and anticipation in the atmosphere. Amidst the chaos, he shouts, questioning who is attacking him, while his companions anxiously point out the mage in the distance. Fearing for her life, she grips her weapon tightly as he yells to kill the witch, while others stand ready behind him. Panicked, she calls for help while he threatens her, brandishing a weapon, urging her to stop. In the rain, 2 figures lurk. One gazes intensely, while the other watches quietly, their expressions shrouded in mystery. He sighed, realizing he was nearing defeat against the level 5 Golden Ghost Shi, despite handling it alone. His damage was insufficient, and the prolonged battle drew more attention. He noted a group on the cliff, resembling the recently deceased, and another near the swamp, anticipating his arrival to ambush him for robbery. He received notifications of his victory over the Golden Ghost ship, earning experience and leveling up, but felt their tragic miscalculation linger in the air. He felt a surge of accomplishment as he learned that player Shadow from Shell Village achieved the world's first kill of a gold rank boss, gaining 3 reputation points. He thought about the formidable player Shadow from Shell Village, who achieved the gold rank boss's first kill, impressing everyone with his incredible strength. He reflected on recent reports of Shadow soloing a bronze rank boss and how in such a short time, he amazed everyone by killing a gold one. A girl questioned how strength could vary so much, while another remarked on Shadow's unmatched power, wishing for his help to level up. He laughed about the boss dropping abundant loot, noting that the invisible guy must be afraid. A character named Iguang was told to use a skill to find and kill him to collect all the gold rank boss loot. He unleashed a powerful arrow, infused with blue lightning, aiming determinedly amidst the storm. He reflected on how unexpected it was for the hunter to gain an anti-stealth skill, realizing it explained the hunter's confidence in killing him and stealing the loot rights. He then noted his shadow class possessed a higher level of invisibility, preventing a first-level anti-stealth skill from detecting him. He explained to his boss that the guy likely fled in fear upon seeing their numbers. Another character thought it was a clever tactic. He instructed his team to secure the loot quickly and to remain alert, emphasizing that they could fight anytime. Boss loot protection time is 5 minutes, then the loot is ours. He quickly dodged the slashing attacks, using his agility to stay ahead. He remarked that things felt much quieter now, wondering where Xiao Hei had gone and deciding to search for her later. He thought the evolution points from this boss were perfect for evolving the skill, Greedy Hand, planning to evolve it first before checking the loot. He was thrilled by the 100% chance to upgrade quality, thinking it was a qualitative leap, and planned to gather and explode all the light spheres at once. He was excited to receive 7 evolution points, 216 days of tradable life, and 2 phantom fire bells, marveling at his incredible luck. He learned about the phantom fire bell's abilities, which allowed him to remain alive longer and absorb souls, as well as immobilize enemies in a wide radius. He ponders the phantom fire bell's powers when someone cries for help, calling out for Xiao Hei, who seems to be in danger. He calls for Xiao Hei through the rain while someone shouts in fear, warning them to stay away. She questions the feisty girl's resistance, promising enjoyment if she comes quietly. Meanwhile, a group watches anxiously in the pouring rain. She leaps into the air, wielding a weapon, while a girl cowers below in fear, engulfed in the relentless downpour. He thought about her reckless jump without hesitation, calling her a stubborn girl. He reassured his boss that he had respawned in town, then acknowledged the pain before the boss promised to help him with his gear. He sighed in relief, noting his success with 3,115 days of tradable life and 21 more evolution points, realizing he needed 210 to evolve Greedy Hand. He calculated his needs, realizing that 210 points were crucial for evolution. He knew upgrading damage skills would yield stronger bosses and better loot. He had 13 evolution points left after spending 5. He could use an instant slash ability, dashing forward to attack all enemies in his path. After spending 5 evolution points, he discovered he had 3 left. With the instant slash, he could strike with increased damage, even without stealth. He reflected on how gold-level bosses drop 2 to 4 silver items, mentioning his greed led to acquiring 11 gold items and skillbooks, plus 2 platinum items and 1 platinum skillbook. He admired the ghost ship Twin Blades, a platinum assassin weapon, noting its impressive stats, 136 attack, 22 agility, and unique effect of double hits. He considered the ghost ship Twin Blades less useful for his skill-focused combat, yet recognized its formidable stats, high attack and agility, making it a valuable weapon. He reflected on how he hadn't raised his constitution while leveling, noting his 350 hydrogen phosphide, but this armor increased it by 419. He remarked that most players at this level wouldn't be able to hurt him. He decided to conceal his armor while maintaining his shadow class appearance, ensuring no one could recognize his gear or check his game profile. Lastly, he thought of a skill book. He finally became a subclass assassin, emphasizing that evasion is essential. He spoke about evolving skills infinitely, insisting that increasing evasion doesn't mean sacrificing other stats. He decided it was time to return, planning to sell warrior, cleric, and archer gear to Wang Meng with a 10% discount. He trusted Wang Meng to pay in installments. He pondered the huge gain from Xia Hao, acknowledging that without the alliance, he wouldn't have been able to defeat Xi Ming. He simply replied, "Huh?" He exclaimed in shock, asking, "What?" As someone warned, "It's Shadow." Run. Rain fell heavily around them, creating a tense atmosphere. He pleaded for help, panicking as others urged not to block each other and to stay back from the approaching threat. He glanced forward, hiding his expression behind a mask, murmuring, "HMPH," as shadows swirled around him. He shouted in panic as energy surged around him, chaotic and bright. He pleaded desperately for forgiveness, fearing for his life, realizing he had less than a year to live. The atmosphere was tense, heavy with regret. He screamed in agony, feeling the cold, green substance envelop him as the rain poured down, intensifying his desperation. He received the status of Killer, level 1 foot for eliminating players. He confidently declared that even if he randomly died, he'd retain his life. He had returned from defeating the gold rank boss, and others were surprised he looked unprepared. He laughed, believing the guy must have exploited a bug to solo the boss, gaining nothing. The other character asked if he needed a tutorial on abusing a bug. One character smiled, offering Brother Shadow an assassin skillbook, claiming it was their fault earlier. He urged him to accept it, suggesting they forget the incident. He held the Piercing Strike, assassin skillbook, noting its power to enhance attacks and stun targets briefly, reflecting on its potential. He stood in the dimly lit alley, contemplating his next move, feeling the weight of impending danger. He accepted the challenge, cloaked in mystery, as 2 men followed closely behind, the alley shifting with tension. He questioned when they had ever faced such treatment, while another man suggested contacting their allies to overpower Mr. Xian instead of fearing him. He insisted she didn't understand the situation, noting the shadow was growing too quickly. If they located him in real life, they could reveal his secret and force him to farm for them as a slave. He definitely understood the plan, calling Mr. Xian brilliant. They would send a woman from the family to investigate, but he suspected the man was an outsider and likely insignificant. She suggested sending a captivating woman to attract the outsider, while he, in a hooded cloak, corrected her that he was not Xiao Hei, but Da Li. Excitedly, she exclaimed how her skill and necklace boost her damage significantly, expressing gratitude towards her boss. She cheerfully remarked not to worry, just fulfilling their agreement, while offering a spatial ring. He acknowledged her by confirming, "Ah, right. Here." She excitedly informed her boss about finding a cave that resembled an entrance to some ruins, asking if he was interested. He thought about the golden ghost ship ruins and considered befriending the girl, reflecting that sincerity works both ways regarding the gold-grade gear. With the spatial ring, she finally had 27 inventory slots. He asked about Wang Meng, and she mentioned selling items before checking the ruins. She promised to mark the ruin entrance on the map, revealing a hidden stone slab in the brush where she barely escaped from terrifying screams. She decided to go to the ruins immediately, telling her companions she'll handle Wang Meng and the others later. She planned to farm to level 10 but realized the ruins were more important, mentioning 3 types in the starter village: catacombs, cursed ruins, and temples of faith. He noted that it didn't matter which path to take, as all seemed significant, hinting at the need for evolution points. He observed that 3 types of ruins exist: towns, cursed ruins, and temples of faith, while dangers lurk in tombs inhabited by monsters. He noted that cursed ruins are haunted by ancient gods and chaos. Monsters here worship them, making the temple layout extremely complex. He noted that if someone passes the last 2 challenges, they would earn a special item or skill book. He observed the murals on the wall, realizing this was a temple of faith. He found the murals strangely familiar, pondering their significance with a sense of intrigue. He realized this was the temple of the ancient god of judgment, feeling connection to his own eye of judgment. He unleashed a powerful strike, glowing with energy, determined to confront the challenge ahead. He faced the menacing red figure, ready to defend himself. He skillfully evaded the red figure's attack, preparing for counterstrike. He urgently called for healing while another character, surprised, turned to someone standing by, uncertain of what to do. She hesitated, holding her staff tightly, wondering how to use it as the rain poured down. She cursed, realizing the creature returned, and urged him to act quickly with his skill. She screamed in fear, curling up in despair while urging him to throw something. She cheerfully asked the captain why they returned early, reminding him that Expert Shadow hadn't returned yet and they couldn't buy the equipment. He angrily exclaimed he had never seen such stupidity. She, clutching a staff nervously, admitted her lack of knowledge about dodging monster attacks or using skills. He questioned why she was so fierce, noting the girl was a beginner. She declared she would scold the player for their harshness. He explained to Big Plum that they hadn't just died once, they had died 3 times in less than 1 hour. She looked surprised. She offered to join them, feeling empowered and confident that they wouldn't die again now that she was with them. He suggested that with Big Plum joining them, everything should go well. He mentioned that they might meet Expert Shadow on their return. He expressed regret, vowing to work harder. She retorted, blaming him for incompetence, and if not for connections with Expert Shadow, she wouldn't waste time with them. The devout followers of the ancient god, the judged, trembled in fear, crying out in anguish as they knelt on the ground, feeling overwhelmed. He smirks, sensing the tension around him, exuding confidence with a hint of mystery. He unleashes an instant shadow slash, his movements fluid and fierce. He reflects on his attack. Despite backstabbing, the enemies lost minimal health. He notes that their combined health exceeds the gold-tier golden ghost ship. He notices the enemies kneeling again as he remains hidden, reflecting on their strange behavior. He wonders if the kneeling enemies sense the eyes of judgment on him, which is why they refrained from attacking. He asks the kneeling enemies if they know the way, seeking guidance from them. He observes the corrupted enemies, noting their madness and transformation into wild beasts that steal humans' lifespans. He warns everyone to be cautious as monsters are approaching, unleashing green energy that hints at the danger lurking ahead. He shouts in panic about 2 silver bosses appearing, realizing they can't handle 1, let alone 2. He urges everyone to run quickly. She wields magical energy with determination, casting spells that glow bright green, surrounded by swirling symbols of power. The 2 figures discuss a girl's team, noting her dark energy and the surprising presence of others inside the ruin. He laughed, noting that the defeated foes had dropped valuable lifespans. Surprised, he remarked he didn't expect them to be wealthy. After searching, he sighed, stating there was nothing there. He questioned if there were only 2 silver mini-bosses and no treasures or traps. He decided to abandon the task, declaring it pointless. He has defeated a powerful foe, gaining 4,000 experience and reaching level 9. He now possesses 188 days of lifespan, making notable progress. He unleashes a powerful move called Greedy Hand, showcasing his strength. Eric, with an intense focus, declares that his Greedy Hand move is absolutely insane, showcasing his evolution points and powerful abilities. He confidently reveals that there's gold-tier equipment for assassins, showcasing the Pendant of the Faithful, which enhances agility and reveals a unique effect. He explains the necklace's impressive stats, stressing the cooldown reduction benefits and stating that grinding is now much easier, as no one else can use this gear. He stands confidently, channeling powerful energy around him as the ground shimmers beneath the descending monolith. He confirms that after eliminating all the monsters, the mechanism activated, his hood illuminated by glowing energy. He realizes there is a concealed mechanism, his eyes narrowing with determination. He questions the discovery, wondering if this is a lift as he stands in the dimly lit space. He exclaims it finally stopped, feeling as though he descended 300 or 400 meters. He stands silently in the dark, ready to reveal something significant. He stands in the chilly underground maze, his surroundings bleak, pondering the secrets concealed beneath the temple. He contemplates the hidden maze's secrets, reflecting on many dangers from his past life, as he acknowledges countless traps in the labyrinth. He realizes that activating any trap spells his doom, but he possesses a special pendant that can summon a silver tier follower. He activates his special pendant, summoning a silver tier demon follower, which envelops him in a mesmerizing blue aura. He commands the scout to act, directing energy from himself while the surrounding atmosphere crackles with magic. He finds it simple to explore since a lackey is scouting ahead, but he recognizes the potential danger and decides to enhance his dodge ability for safety. He has used evolution points for abilities, with a focus on increasing his dodge rate, seeking to avoid damage while maximizing attack potential. He noted that reaching legendary tier requires 10 times the evolution points, explaining that higher starting tiers offer more cost-effectiveness when evolving items. He explained that evolving from epic to legendary requires 10 points, noting the cost-effectiveness of starting from higher tiers. He explained that obtaining an epic skill allows rapid evolution to higher tiers, but reaching higher requires many more points while starting from the epic tier is advantageous. He revealed he had 1 evolution point left to upgrade Shadow Sneak, explaining the cooldown time is too long before he can switch skills. He crouched down, pressing a hidden mechanism with a soft click, revealing an unseen passage. He stood atop a massive stone, channeling energy, ready to unleash power. He stated that the summon had died and he would wait for the cooldown before resummoning. He remarked that the maze was complex and dangerous, hoping to find good items. He peered cautiously from the shadows, while a frightened figure clung closely behind him. He remarked to the captain that both monsters had truly vanished, while the shocked figures of a woman and a girl awaited further instructions. He wondered aloud that only an expert shadow could kill 2 silver tier bosses at this point, questioning if expert shadow had indeed come to take their lifespan. She recalled their arrival, sensing an expert's presence communicating with the monsters, pondering if shadow possessed a skill to switch bosses, admitting the incomprehensible power was terrifying. He found himself pierced by multiple spears, blood spilling everywhere as he screamed in agony. He reflected on his exploration of the maze for 3 hours, noting that based on his past experiences, using human lives to navigate costs at least hundreds. He urged him to open the door, feeling hesitant yet drawn. He found it strange that the door wouldn't open, feeling a mixture of curiosity and frustration. He stood there, startled by the mysterious energy swirling around him, questioning what it meant. He stood atop the mysterious pedestal, surrounded by ancient structures, feeling the weight of destiny in the starry night. He observed the ominous chest filled with thorns, noting its lock and the NPC standing nearby. She stood silently, her rapt face and mysterious eye hinting at untold secrets. He expressed confusion about the information, mentioning it was his first time encountering such a mysterious NPC. She hesitated, studying the mysterious symbols, feeling a deep intrigue. She sat quietly, enveloped in glowing golden energy, contemplating her next move. He wondered where it had gone, realizing the treasure chest had vanished with its thorns. He gazed at the glowing treasure chest, now entangled in brilliant, sparkling thorns, realizing it had vanished into the night. He obscured his face beneath his hood, contemplating the woman connected to the Eye of Judgment, though no information about her was visible. He observed the golden chest, realizing it promised epic tier items, but reminded himself to be cautious of potential traps or mimics. He urged his companion to open the chest, expressing eagerness, while his surprising ally mumbled uncertainly. He raised his hands excitedly towards the glowing chest, exclaiming in awe as brilliant light radiated from it. He felt a surge of excitement about the skill book, realizing it was divine, containing both passive and active effects for assassins. He discovered the Bestowal of Mercy skill book, revealing its impressive effects. One increases damage while another applies a powerful debuff, amplifying his potential. He learned that the passive skill doubles the hitbox for weak points, while the active skill, called Slit Throat, is even more outrageous. He calculates his next attack, a 300 damage debuff for 35 seconds, totaling 1200 damage, which is 3 times the normal amount. He explains that skills like Instant Shadow Slash can hit multiple times, but Slit Throat only counts once, and emphasizes this loot is epic tier, needing evolution points to upgrade it to legendary. He expresses gratitude towards Little Black for helping sell loot to the party and mentions it's time to return. He informs Wang Meng about needing to return to town. He stands shrouded in a dark cloak, contemplating as he expresses, "This is." Snowflakes drift around him, enhancing the mysterious atmosphere. He is approached by excited children, calling him Shadow, eagerly asking if they can be friends. Excitedly, the children call out to him, introducing themselves as coming from Underwear Town and Azure Wave Town, pleading for him to carry them. He senses the activation of the teleportation gates, eager to finally journey to Song Fei's Firefly Town. As they watched, he vanished into a swirling portal, causing shock among the group. He exclaimed in frustration at the group, blaming them for pestering him. Another character, angered, declared a fierce challenge to fight. She called out, addressing him as Little Black, while he listened intently, "Expert." She excitedly shouted to the captain, announcing the expert's arrival, while he looked on with intrigue. He looked surprised, eyes wide, as he sensed something unexpected. She smiled brightly, introducing herself as Qin Xiaoyu, captivating everyone around her. She questioned how Qin Xiaoyu managed to join Wang Meng's team, fearing her presence might lead to destruction for Wang Meng's crew. He thought about needing to be cautious since the whole world knew Shadow existence now, and he couldn't reveal his real identity. He felt vulnerable, unable to use his powers. She observed Shadow, sensing his power and dismissing Wang Meng's party as weak, thinking about reuniting with brother Song Fei soon. He assessed the equipment's fit for their classes, noting it enhanced their power. One protested about the cost, while another assured him payment could wait. He expressed gratitude, unsure how to repay for the help, while assuring if assistance was needed again, they would readily provide it. He marveled at the impressive gold-tier skill, exclaiming his damage per second had tripled, while she anticipated their expert's willingness to let them buy on credit. She questioned why there were no opportunities for priests, while he shrugged, noting if nothing was available, she was fortunate to be leeching experience from them. She introduced herself as the priest in Wang Meng's party, asking if there was any equipment available for her, while he stood silently. "Player, Little Graceful, wants to add you as a friend." She noticed him, intrigued by his enigmatic presence amidst dark, swirling shadows. She stood, shocked, as he observed the swirling dark mist forming, wondering what had just happened. He wondered where the man had gone, while she blushed, feeling ignored. Her friend admired how Shadow moved like a dragon. He revealed he had a gold-tier priest staff and skill book in his bag, a shadowy figure emerging from the darkness. He questioned why he would give such valuable items to Qin Xiaoyu, revealing a glowing staff and a skill book. He acknowledged the wasted time selling unused items, contemplating that he needed to find a priest for Wang Meng's team instead of Qin Xiaoyu. He resolved to find Little Shui quickly, acknowledging that he needed a stronger manager for their team instead of Qin Xiaoyu. He realized that Little Shui also came from Firefly Town, just like Song Fei, while he reached out toward a glowing portal, feeling pleased. He determined that if he could find Little Shui, he would bring her onto Wang Meng's team while reaching toward the glowing portal, ready for the journey to Firefly Town. He prepared to unleash a powerful attack with swirling energy, facing the looming challenge ahead. In the fading sunlight, he sensed an ominous presence, whispering a word of warning. He urged them to hurry back, worried they would face nothing. He muttered that he wouldn't take it lying down, determined to kill the brainless fans. He discovered clues about Song Fei quickly, his urgency clear behind the dark mask. In a desolate canyon, dark cliffs loom as nature's remnants hint at past vitality. He explains that they are in Level 5, Wailing Valley, where the monsters are Ember Fiends and the Shackled. He declares an attack, questioning whether anyone dares to strike him. He warns everyone to dodge quickly as a fiery monster attacks. He notes the twin-headed Ember Fiend is a silver-tier boss, but the situation is chaotic as many players attack each other. He notices a group of armed players advancing and hears one say, "That's preparing for confrontation." He smiles confidently, gripping a glowing symbol, calling out, "Song Fei," as tension rises around him. He angrily accuses Song Fei of ambushing him and stealing his lifespan, declaring today is the day he will kill him, taunting that hiding behind mage girls won't keep him safe. She fiercely warns not to harm her brother, displaying her determination through action. Song Fei, known as the heaven-defying mage god, reflects on a past life of choosing magic classes and quickly upgrading his skills. A team must include diverse roles. As the team prepares for battle, a character urges everyone to focus on their roles and demonstrate their best skills to defeat the enemy. He recalled that initially, his team focused on capturing girls, but as the game progressed, most of them perished quickly. She passionately urged her sisters, expressing sorrow over their hard work. She wished the boss would be defeated soon, hoping for a world filled with love, not violence. She passionately pointed at the fiery monster, urging her sisters to join her in fighting, declaring they must protect their brother. The fiery monster rampaged, with Song Fei declaring dominance, while a character vowed to follow their brother forever. He exclaimed in surprise about his sisters, while another character, filled with affection, declared their unwavering loyalty to Brother Fei. He urged his sisters to push harder, claiming that defeating this creature would allow Brother Fei to take first place on the leaderboard. She insisted they must surpass the so-called shadow. He shouted in determination to break the heavens and command the storm, vowing to support Brother Fei alongside his sister, who echoed his fierce resolve. He expressed frustration over the difficulty of facing a gold-tier boss, questioning how anyone could manage it, while noting the shadow figure's rapid leveling. He vowed to defeat the silver boss for level 8, laughing at the shadow's long stagnation at level 9, claiming he would surpass the top player in the game. He unleashed the instant shadow slash, ready to overcome any challenge. He gained 1500 EXP after defeating several formidable opponents, including twin-headed Ember Fiend and heaven-defying Mage God. He exclaimed his shock, questioning how someone could defeat the boss so easily. Another character commented on the insane damage compared to his own weaker skill. He wondered who the assassin could be. Another insisted it had to be Shadow, the player with the first gold-tier boss kill, while the group prepared to back off. He noted that Shadow had killed Song Fei and his gang, making them all feel grateful. Another praised the expert, calling him amazing, while a hooded figure complained about being stared at. He was shocked to realize he had been killed by Shadow, lamenting the loss of 1,106 days of tradable lifespan, questioning why Shadow targeted his town. He realized he was dead and questioned how his brother also died, while another character lamented about Shadow's attack on their brother, calling it despicable and scumbag behavior. She eagerly asked Brother Song Fei if she could join his party, confidently announcing her skills as an archer with the ability to detect stealth. A character admonished another, insisting they only accept mages, while commenting on low DPS affecting Brother Song Fei's ranking. He asserted that despite his family's absence, he still believes love can conquer all, as the shadows loom behind him. He sensed her passion and assured her that being an archer didn't matter. He invited her to join them and grow stronger together. She cried out in bliss, saying to her brother that she loved him. She excitedly informed her brother, Song Fei, about her stealth skills as an assassin and her ability to freeze their enemy with AoE crowd control. He enthusiastically proclaimed that anyone who wanted to join their loving family was welcome, declaring they would stand united forever. They cried happily, expressing that their brother was incredibly gentle, and decided to follow Song Fei without any regrets. They vowed to take revenge on Shadow for threatening their brother, exclaiming they needed to teach him a lesson. They shouted to avenge their brother, Song Fei, and gleefully revealed he had just been killed outside, enjoying the moment. They questioned how someone could die with so many girls protecting him. One asserted the killer was Shadow and expressed disbelief that Shadow dared confront such powerful opponents. He confidently declared that with so many witnesses, killing Shadow would prove a lone wolf's strength meant nothing, especially for someone weak. A fragile assassin could never compare to his noble mage status. He gained 16 evolution points and 217 days of tradable lifespan. He spent 10 points to evolve the skill, Bestowal of Mercy, which had significant benefits. He realized the target's weak points were now significantly larger, contemplating that if they increased more, his attacks would trigger weak point damage easily. He noted that an epic tier skill costs no evolution points to upgrade to legendary, yet transitioning from legendary to mythic requires an overwhelming 200 evolution points. He realized that evolving the skill Greedy Hand from epic requires 210 evolution points, while upgrading to backstab enhancement is a feasible option with his remaining points. He realized that defeating a silver boss granted him over 1,400 days of tradable lifespan, and now it was time to leave. He saw a fierce girl with a sword launching towards him, ready to attack, surrounded by eerie trees under a dramatic sky. He swung his blade with determination, shouting a fierce warning, "Die, Shadow," as glowing energy surged from his weapon, aiming at his foe. With confusion, he questioned her sudden attack, saying, "WHY," as she lunged forward, her arms swirling with energy. Frustrated, he yelled, "Damn it, stealth," as a cloud of smoke erupted behind him. He commanded, "Die, ugly Shadow. You're surrounded," as he stood defiantly on the hill. They vowed to avenge Brother Song Fei, raising their hands as blue energy surged around them. She confidently declared that their efforts were in vain, readying her bow and preparing to reveal their hidden presence. He excitedly called out that they had spotted him, urging his sisters to unleash their strongest abilities. Another character encouraged the Phi-fans to charge forward fiercely. He exclaimed to stop, revealing himself while summoning colorful magic with a ready sword, sending a powerful aura through the air. He insisted she wasn't a true mage and unleashed divine retribution for Fei-Fei, while his companion vowed to use Eagle Eye to locate Shadow. He realized the Ghostfire Bell, a special item, immobilizes enemies within 100 meters for 3 seconds when rung, with a cooldown period of 600 seconds. He shouted in panic, "I can't move," as dark figures surrounded him, sparking a frenzied tension in the atmosphere. He unleashed the instant shadow slash, dark energy swirling violently around him. He wondered about the sudden deaths, questioning if it was Shadow's doing, while recalling how he should have appeared if that were true. He gasped in shock as she ominously told him, "Song Fei, you're already dead." He exclaimed in frustration about the magic shield as energy crackled around him, standing resolute with his staff. He noted that the guy possesses a significant amount of lifespan, revealing he originally had over 2,000 tradable days. He questioned why none of the fangirls had tradable lifespan, wondering if they gave everything to Song Fei. He wondered why fans still thought the game was merely a game, realizing how easily they could be brainwashed. He lamented the waste of non-tradable lifespans, noting they only fuel the monsters. He exclaimed his frustration about having only 500 days of tradable lifespan left, blaming Shadow for it, while others questioned their failure to use detection skills. He expressed disappointment about only finding their assassin sister, while she speculated that Shadow's stealth level might be greater than hers. He expressed frustration about Shadow's stealth skills, explaining he could only see targets of level 1 or lower, while wondering how to defend against that. He anxiously thought about how he hadn't provoked anyone, yet felt threatened after witnessing his boss's kill being stolen. He feared retaliation fueled by jealousy over his looks. He suggested changing positions to ensure everyone's safety while they vowed to follow wherever Feifei went. Sometime later, a mysterious figure cloaked in shadows appears, while another character stands motionless, captivated by the presence. He wondered where Song Fei and his group had gone, questioning if they went to another town or logged off. He asked nervously if anyone knew where Song Fei had gone. Startled, another character exclaimed that he had been frightened by the expert Shadow. He pleaded for help, revealing that Song Fei had gone that way, while nervously asking to spare his girlfriend, a female hunter named Ia Feibao Kitty. He expressed doubt, emphasizing that his girlfriend was skilled in detecting stealth earlier, while lamenting his own struggle to find a girlfriend. He expressed concern about not knowing the destination, wishing he could find Jiyu Shui. She called out for Jiyu Shui while holding an owl. He greeted her courteously, asking for her assistance. She realized he was Shadow, surprised by his presence. He mentioned that his class could track targets over distances. She was excited, offering to find Song Fei and requesting a good price for the gold tier staff. She asked how he knew about her AoE search skills, expressing excitement about the gold tier weapon, but worried she might not afford it. She learned she lacked enough time, yet decided to take the plunge, resulting in a successful transaction. She grinned, excitedly clutching the gold tier staff, exclaiming with delight. She realized her mistake and urged him to hurry up. She felt unfamiliar yet familiar vibes meeting Shadow, while expressing concern and urging to help instead of running away. She questioned if the cloaked figure was her real-life friend, expressing dislike for Song Fei while sensing his voice sounded unfamiliar, to which he teasingly replied, asking if she wanted to guess. She expressed her indifference, saying she couldn't be bothered, while a creature soared above her head as she encouraged it to go on. She joyfully exclaimed that she found Song Fei while soaring above the town, the vibrant scene reflecting her excitement in the golden light. She excitedly announced finding Song Fei, providing coordinates 3866, 9527, but warned they might not be there when he arrives. She requested to be added as a friend to track their location, while he wondered how long he needed to watch them, hesitating if it would take too long. He questioned why she stopped, and she urged him to search for nearby trees like the one they found. He informed the expert about a creature 100 meters ahead and another 100 meters to the left. He wondered about the strange symbol appearing in front of him, intrigued by its meaning. He raised his hand to the glowing symbol, challenging, "Take a guess?" The atmosphere crackled with mystery and intrigue. As the golden beam pierced the desolate landscape, he felt the energy surge within him, drawing closer to the mysterious source. He gasped, realizing he stumbled upon a jade-tier treasure chest, feeling fortunate to discover an ancient god's blessing in the starter village, surprised about the chest's spawn. He learned that ancient god's blessings can appear anywhere, with symbols unlocking the blessing. Some summon bosses, while others grant unique rewards or treasure chests. He exclaimed that the chest's worth is 1,000 days of lifespan, estimating its value at over 10 million RMB. The other reflected on the skyrocketing exchange rate. He thought that the expert had just swiped those symbols with his fingers, determined to memorize them. With his scouting skills, he joked about finding many more. He opened a jade-tier treasure chest, discovering the jade-tier skill book, Blossoming Curse, feeling puzzled about its nature. He discovered the jade-tier skill book, Blossoming Curse, learning it causes a flower to bloom from a corpse and drain its life. He scoffed, recognizing the broken skill, Blossoming Curse, he knew from his past life, realizing it let him drain life from slain players' corpses. He declared that Song Fei's good days had ended, vowing to track him until he logs off. Then, he'll extract his abilities into reality and eliminate him for good. After running far, he confidently stated the shadow wouldn't find them, recalling how he lost his silver tier boss killed twice. He smirked, declaring that once he reached higher levels, he would settle the score with that notorious shadow. He pointed excitedly, telling his brother to see the fight against the boss happening nearby. He exclaimed in disbelief that those people looked familiar, realizing they were Niujachi's fans. Surprised, he questioned, what? He noticed Niujachi's fans again, frustrated that they wouldn't stop trying to push Niujachi to the top. The sisters expressed their anger, vowing to defend their brother's ranking. He smiled, glad to hear they received reinforcements. One person suggested they defeat the almost dead boss together. He showed intense focus, wielding a large weapon about to strike down. He questioned Ah Long's sanity, while she reacted in shock, demanding to know his intentions. She ominously declared the fate awaiting Niujachi's fans, surrounded by her mysterious companions. She exclaimed in confusion, questioning the mention of Niujachi and denying any knowledge of the subject. She gasped in shock as a powerful energy surged from her mouth. He shouted Meisha's name urgently as a dark energy erupted from someone, causing a shocking reaction among the onlookers. He declared that with Gold and Faye, they would rise and fly. He urged to sweep the enemies away and conquer the sky, believing they would endure in the vast cosmos. He declared that their hearts, like lonely isles, would smile as they embraced the chaos, unleashing fiery energy all around. He expressed gratitude, realizing his dear family had saved him. He mentioned his surprise at nearly being ambushed by Niujiki's fans, not anticipating their ruthlessness. He reassured the crying fans, saying there was no need for thanks. They joyfully expressed their loyalty, vowing to journey far and wide alongside Faye. He noticed a mysterious purple light in the distance, surrounded by barren trees and a shimmering river nearby. Song Fei realizes a grave truth, feeling the stress as others react in panic, warning that they are already dead. Song Fei stares in horror as dark tendrils attack, realizing the imminent danger, while others around him react with fear and disbelief. He and another nearby person shout in anguish for their brother, tears streaming down their faces. He stood in shock, his head replaced by swirling darkness as shocked figures watched from behind. He focused intensely, determination shining in his eyes, confronting the blossoming curse with unwavering resolve. Determined, he faced the towering blossoming curse, its red petals spiraling ominously, as darkness loomed around him. Shocked, the group screamed in fear as ominous red tendrils emerged. Shocked and desperate, he wondered if the shadow was insane, questioning why it relentlessly pursued him, believing it was jealous of his numerous female fans. Desperate and confused, he lamented that the reason for his arrival in Ember Town might be connected to him, questioning the involvement of a girl he barely knew. He anxiously wondered why his lifespan was under 400 days and still decreasing, questioning if there was a penalty for dying too often. A girl urgently called out for her brother, warning something was wrong, while another voice ominously noted that a shadowy figure was threatening him. He exclaimed in shock that a flower was growing on his corpse, draining his life force. Furious, he cursed the shadow, realizing it was trying to kill him. He urged his family to log off, fearing he'd lose all his lifespans, promising to return stronger to fight. He vowed to Shadow that this wasn't the end, asserting he trained hard for 2.5 years and refused to believe he couldn't crush with money. He stood amidst fallen foes, surrounded by twinkling flowers, vowing retribution. He noticed a warning about player killing, stating they were now at Slayer Tier 4, where excessive death could cost them 98.875% of their lifespan. He reflected on how another 1,000 days passed, considering how much his group had gained, but then realized the absorption had stopped, indicating they seemed to have logged off. She realized just how overwhelming the power of the rank 1 player, Shadow, truly was, feeling immense fear. As Xiaoshui asked if Song Fei had logged off, he confirmed it, reminding her to watch for his return online. He affirmed understanding, asking if he could leave now. The expert mentioned possessing a gold-tier priest skill, Holy Judgment Sword, and offered it. He enthusiastically agreed, saying yes, while another character instructed him to wait for her in town. He offered a skill book, claiming it worth 500 days of life, for half price if she agreed to one condition. She responded with horror, saying, "Expert, I don't sell myself, okay?" He questioned her, asking what nonsense she was thinking, insisting he just wanted her to join the team as their long-term healer. She reluctantly agreed, warning the expert that if the team was too weak, she would blame him. She reassured him that they were trustworthy, and he decided to contact them immediately. He triumphantly declared that they had finally defeated the creature amidst the pouring rain. He urgently pleaded for Xiao to cleanse his poison, stating they had been given cleansing skills and he couldn't endure much longer. She excitedly exclaimed about her skill, eager to demonstrate it. She proclaimed, "Cleanse," as she aimed the glowing weapon at him, determined to purify the encroaching darkness around them. She apologized, embarrassed, as she realized she had missed her target. As rain poured down, she cried out for the captain while he lay on the ground, covered in mud and struggling to rise. He expressed worry about replacing the healer, questioning where to find a hidden class healer now since all the good ones had joined other teams. She smirked, finding the game easy, and thought about soon meeting brother Song Fei after reaching level 4. A figure in a hood offers Wang Meng a powerful hidden class white avian priestess for his team, revealing excitement with the intriguing opportunity. Wang Meng confidently agrees to trust his brother's recommendation and join the white avian priestess in Ember Town for levels, dismissing concerns about Shell Town being crowded. Wang Meng informs his companion Xiao Yu that Shell Town is overcrowded, and they're heading to a safer, higher level zone for her safety. She insists she can help, but he urges her to hurry and take care as they run away. She angrily tells them to just say if they want to leave, claiming no excuses are needed. Sighing, she decides to seek Expert Shadow for help. He urgently calls out for Expert in the busy square, while a cloaked figure approaches with a determined look. He informs Captain In about the gear situation, mentioning their partner, Yu. She proposes a deal to meet Wang Meng, emphasizing the importance of knowing each other. He announces his arrival to Wang Meng, creating a tense atmosphere. She confidently strides forward, brandishing her weapon, embodying justice. He realizes it truly is in Yu, reflecting on his unique hidden class, Dragon Knight, and recognizing the significant power in his past life. He greets Shadow, expressing admiration and sharing how this is his first encounter with someone from his past life who surpassed him in the game. He admires Shadow's impressive leveling speed, asking for secrets and jokes about time travel or reincarnation. He recalls his past life, questioning the woman from Wang Meng. The news states he received 500 days of lifespan, noting that officials secured lifespan for Dragon Knights. She warns the expert that any gear he wants to sell will be taken. She also reminds him that Shanghai City's lifespan is her responsibility, implying he wouldn't harm her. She tells the expert she isn't naive and that working together is beneficial. He smirks, noting the challenges of their situation and her valuable role. She exclaims about the shocking official announcement, warning that the game is genuinely deadly, and if one's lifespan reaches 0, they will die in real life. She cries out in shock, realizing it's not just a game, revealing she transferred all her tradable lifespan to brother Song Fei. She exclaims in panic, stating she has only a few years of lifespan left. He responds in disbelief, questioning how she could lose so much after dying only 3 times. She panics, revealing her few years left to live, while he mentions his own losses after killing many, blending their frustrations together. Frustrated, she exclaims about being a tank mage, lamenting her short lifespan yet again, while insisting, "You will die if your lifespan hits 0. This can't be real. She excitedly thinks about finding brother Song Fei, who buys lifespans, hoping he can help her. She imagines wearing brother Song Fei's stylish support outfit, remembering his latest release, Song Fei Ultra Thin Anti-Leak. She excitedly runs towards brother Song Fei, calling out enthusiastically, "Brother Song Fei, here I come." Sparkles surround her as she moves. She sighs, feeling uncertain about reality, questioning whether she can distinguish between dreams and reality. She exclaims in surprise about the value of lifespan, realizing she has 200 days, making her a millionaire. She exclaims in shock about Shadow attacking brother Song Fei, not once, but 3 times. She cries, recalling how someone warned her that if their lifespan in the game reaches 0, they would truly die. She fears for brother Song Fei's remaining time. She anxiously wonders why Shadow seeks to kill brother Song Fei, recalling the chat revealing that he defeated Song Fei thrice while overwhelmed by many. She urgently calls for help, stating that brother Song Fei needs their support and encourages the sisters in Shanghai City to offer their tradable lifespan to him. He announces that brother is at Dajong Plaza, emphasizing the lifespan exchange ratio of 1 to 10,000. He urges the beauties to join him to help, hinting at wealth. She realizes brother Song Fei is at Dajong Plaza and panics, declaring she can't sit idle while needing to help him. She has saved over 200 days of tradable lifespan. She feels powerful energy swirling around her as she descends to the beach, ready to unleash her strength against the approaching forces. She receives a message congratulating her on reaching level 10, gaining free attribute and reputation points, alongside a career advancement opportunity that opens new paths. A global announcement reveals that player Shadow is the first to reach level 10, prompting surprised reactions from onlookers. He realized player Shadow achieved level 10 first, while others claimed Song Fei, the boss, was too powerful, discussing his recent killing of a little idol. He exclaimed in frustration about Shadow's unexpected rise from Da Sha, doubting his own skills and questioning if anyone could rival Shadow's progress. He learned he had consumed 13 evolution points, realizing that his tradable lifespan was still far too low, only amounting to over 7,000 days. He stated that to leave the initial town, gathering 7 level 10 people was necessary to activate the teleportation function to the abandoned continent of the gods. He also noted that currently, the highest level was level 7, so he would need to wait longer. He expressed relief, saying it was good as he felt he could return to reality and settle matters. He lay on his bed, feeling relieved, ready to face reality and resolve his issues. He sat on his bed, contemplating the offer to extract abilities, ready to change his future. He stood confidently, realizing he had just extracted Shadow, the unique profession, gaining impressive boosts in strength, agility, spirit, and constitution. He realized he had consumed 1,000 days of life, raising his extract level to 2 and boosting his strength, constitution, agility, and spirit. He pointed at the glowing screen, preparing to extract ability next. He reflected on the logic that higher skill grades meant more lifespan was needed to extract skills. He found comfort in the synchronization of the extracted skill, Shadow, with the Platinum grade. He realized he spent 900 days of lifespan for Shadow, and 2,262 days for Venomous Dart. He noted he couldn't extract more abilities with only 1,292 days remaining. He realized his physical value exceeded that of an ordinary person, reaching 32 points. With unlimited invisibility and poisonous darts, he could find opportunities from afar. He wondered what Song Fei was planning, anticipating a confrontation after a game update, noting Beijing Plaza was just 10 minutes away at his current speed. He reflected on Hu Qibing, the arrogant supervisor, while being urged by a voice to call back immediately, as the young lady's attention was on him. He saw the screen of his phone displaying Blacklist, while thinking how the voice had called him an idiot. He held his glowing phone displaying Blacklist, feeling like an idiot for the voice that had just taunted him. He ominously declared that soon, they would understand what the true cursed game really is. He ominously declared that soon they would grasp the true horrors of the cursed game, as towering holograms loom over a captivated crowd. The crowd cheered loudly for Song Fei, with excitement radiating from the enthusiastic supporters. He confidently reassured his brother about investigating Shadow's true identity, despite the alarming news of Shadow's previous 3 kills in the God-forsaken game. He asked curiously about the findings, eager to know more. She mentioned sending someone to Ying'o Town to make an irresistible offer. He looked on, curious about her confident scheme, amused by her excitement. She expressed that they would capture him, and brother Song Fei would teach him an unforgettable lesson. He insisted she notify him at that time, revealing that Dajong Industry had used this method to control multiple players, forcing them to work for free. She sneered, calling them idiots for their uselessness, while commenting on how many girls would willingly give their lives for her brother's side. He chuckled confidently, relaxing in a chair, exuding charisma. He warned others not to sell their lifespan carelessly, standing confidently on a bridge with a determined expression. He passionately warned others about the official announcement, stressing that a lifespan of 0 in the game meant dying in reality. He warned Song Fei about linking lifespan to life and death, accusing him of manipulating fans into buying their lifespan, while others threatened to report him to authorities. He smirked, realizing someone had come to cause trouble. He coughed, addressing his friends and introducing himself as Song Fei, expressing regret for causing inconvenience related to Lifesaw. She shouted firmly, urging her brother not to apologize, insisting he did nothing wrong, amidst a crowd that seemed to echo her feelings. He expressed gratitude for the support from fans, while urging everyone to focus on positivity and teamwork to uplift society. While the nation struggles under the godforsaken game, she collaborates with authorities. Determined, she invests her life into becoming an idol worthy of admiration. He expresses his desire to help others by giving back, hoping for a better tomorrow, while feeling overwhelmed by the trouble it has caused. Feeling guilty, she sincerely apologizes for the trouble caused, while a friend urges her to stop. Fury sparks as she shouts, "You savages! Get out of here!" Her friend adds, "We are sincerely helping him, so don't insult his sincerity." She urges everyone not to believe the absurd rumors circulating. She passionately confronts her brother, questioning how he could doubt the game's impact on reality, given his foolishness. She expresses her willingness to sacrifice for her brother, reflecting on his lack of commitment and urging him to truly embrace his feelings. She passionately declares her love for Song Fei, while others enthusiastically agree, tears flowing as they share the intense emotions of the moment. Characters enthusiastically shout their remaining lifespans, vowing to share as emotions run high, illustrating the desperate urgency of their situation. He expresses excitement, feeling the crowd's enthusiasm, declaring his love for the fans as the audience reacts with enthusiasm. He speaks warmly to her, emphasizing a special connection, while she stands shyly, surprised by the attention. She expresses immense gratitude for being loved by him, tears streaming down her face as she affectionately calls him brother Song Fei, promising to do anything for him. She walks confidently toward him in a red dress, capturing his attention and the shocked reactions of onlookers. He leans closer, eyes locked with hers, intensity sparking between them. He cries out in panic, asking what happened to his brother, while a crowd looms in the background, creating a sense of urgency. He screams in anguish, claiming that brother Song Fei is dead, while boxes labeled "missing" sit ominously nearby. He warns that danger is imminent and instructs to secure the young lady's exit while they prepare for a conflict. In a panic, she urges everyone to flee quickly, insisting they must leave immediately. She panics, claiming that when Song Fei died, a glowing ball of life appeared on his body and then vanished, suggesting someone took it. He realizes the skills from the cursed game that killed Song Fei might be used in reality, pondering how it could work. Only someone specific could do this. He shouted, "Young lady," as he saw the intense scene unfolding around him, standing amidst shocked onlookers and glowing energy. He skillfully controlled shadows around him, captivating the startled crowd with his mesmerizing power. Rumors spread of Zhu Fei's tragic death at Dajong Square, and his devoted fans shocked everyone, as some had even sacrificed their lives alongside him. Police reports claim Zhu Fei's death resulted from supernatural causes, shocking his close friends who listen anxiously. She couldn't believe it, recalling how they watched Big Brother Zhu Fei's concert just yesterday, and now he was gone, tears streaming down her face. She wondered if someone had assassinated Zhu Fei, recalling rumors that Shadow had killed him 3 times in-game. She questioned how abilities and powers from the game could manifest in reality. She pondered the assassination of her brother Zhu Fei, realizing the murderer must be Shadow, the only one capable of such abilities. She mourned her brother's murder by Shadow, feeling darkness overwhelm her world. She longed to be near him, expressing her desire to grow stronger at any price. She asked Xiao Yu about her new singular goal starting today. Xiao Yu appeared distressed, prompting her friend to express concern, saying she looked really scary. The atmosphere intensified with the desire to avenge brother Zhu Fei. He enjoyed a bowl of noodles, savoring each bite as he ate. In the godforsaken game, even invincible players feel hungry. He reflects on how reality and energy consumption always require sustenance. His phone buzzes repeatedly, drawing his attention in the stillness. He notices multiple messages urging Qin Feng to unblock and respond, warning that ignoring this could cost him his job and salary. Young Xiaoya is kind yet often bullied. Qin Feng remembers her from the Godslayer Guild. He dismisses distractions, urging to focus on the game. Qin Feng questions young Xiaoya about the challenging game, emphasizing her need to improve her points. He teases her, mentioning her expensive lifestyle. Qian Shishi, the CEO's daughter, reflects on her stressful job where she feels targeted by a woman, hinting at underlying competition. Qian Shishi is focused on achieving success in the Wonderland Association, determined to solve the troubles in Daxia and her guild. He expresses urgency about getting rid of her before she departs for North America, emphasizing that if Qian Shishi dies, the Alice in Wonderland Association won't succeed. He hears rumors about the founder's affairs with Qian Shishi, noting that once she dies, their unity will dissolve, disrupting communication. He greets Qin Feng, expressing surprise. He answers the phone, mentioning he thought Qin had died in the game, and tells him he earned enough to buy a house. He tells Qin Feng not to waste time contacting him anymore, insisting he wants to end all communication, while Qin appears distracted by his phone. He states he must return to continue leveling up, noting soon people will reach level 10, making their abilities real. He reflects that when people reach level 10, the world will lose its peace, as the atmosphere darkens and birds fly above him. Xiao Yui questions whether her decision to cut ties with her brother was wise. Her companion suggests finding him and apologizing, but Xiao Yui stubbornly refuses, revealing she sold her life force for 2 million. Xiao Yui expresses excitement about buying a house for them, while her companion, Chu Yuan, questions the usefulness of Shadow in their plans. Xiao Yui looks at Chu Yuan, who waves and presents the assassin's ability book she requested. He smiled and reminded her not to forget her promise. She confidently assured him that she would fulfill her wish after the task is complete. She eagerly offered Brother Wang an assassin skill book, claiming it was a control skill, and asked if Brother Shadow could benefit from it for free. She smirked, claiming Zhang Wei was a useful bootlicker with a valuable skill book, stating it would help bring Shadow and her closer. She vowed to stay by Shadow's side, promising to help him level up and ensure he'd feel her presence in every possible way. She assured Shadow he'd learn to trust her, suggesting a deeper bond as she promised to grow stronger together. She fiercely vowed to take personal revenge, threatening to scoop out his eyes while vowing to avenge her brother, Zhu Fei. She learned that the big boss dismissed her ability, suggesting she should sell it for cash instead, leaving her confused and surprised. Not long ago, a figure cloaked in shadows summoned swirling waves of energy, hinting at an impending transformation. He warned others to be cautious and move aside as the orange sky illuminated a desolate landscape filled with dark branches. He exclaimed that this was not an ordinary boss and declared his need to survive. He urged his companion to flee as a monstrous creature, part human and part spider, with multiple limbs prepared to attack, advanced menacingly towards them. He recognized the monstrous creature as the golden arthropod, a level 8 boss, hiding behind a tree. He found it interesting and recalled that this boss possessed level 2 anti-stealth. He realized that against this foe, his stealth skills were ineffective. The monstrous creature roars fiercely, its 8 arms swinging swords wildly. He conjures a powerful attack, unleashing energy towards the rocky cliff. He executes a swift attack, unleashing a torrent of energy toward his adversary as numbers flash. -1913, -1013, -2042, Chow. -1013, -1013. While attacking from outside the opponent's field of vision, he realizes if the enemy sees through invisibility, his damage output drops significantly. He noted that the legendary Divine Salvation skill increased damage against the Golden Arthropod significantly, while explaining how the instant shadow slash hit targets weak points. He acknowledged the legendary skill's power, feeling grateful to Qin Xiaoyu. He noticed the overwhelming power of the shadow slash, which had drastically reduced the heart of the Golden Arthropod by 1/6. He unleashed a dangerous attack called Poison Dart, striking powerfully. He unleashed the spell Poison Dart, striking directly at the enemy's head. He noted that the Poison Dart was only silver level, so the damage wasn't very effective. He felt he still needed to level up his profession for greater stealth. The fierce warrior descended with an intimidating presence, preparing to strike down his opponent, who stood ready but cautious. The warrior unleashed a flurry of strikes, his movements swift and powerful, cutting through the air with fierce intensity. He exclaimed in disbelief at the warrior's incredible speed, while she noted that his movements were perfectly timed, as if he understood the boss's patterns completely. He declared having battled this boss more times than he could remember, his sword slicing through the air dramatically, shrouded in a ghostly aura. He reflected on struggling against this domain boss countless times, sharing that brute force isn't the answer, and one must read the moves and feel the rhythm. He emphasized the importance of strategy, declaring himself among the top 100 strongest assassins. He mentioned that compared to special bosses with unavoidable attacks, this golden joint is much easier to manage. She exclaimed in shock that the golden boss is actually fleeing. She marveled at the golden boss, realizing it granted her 28 evolution points and nearly 2,000 days of life. He activated the assassin's shield, feeling its powerful effect surge through him, boosting his damage and defense while preparing to return to normal soon. He declared he could directly evolve the Black Light Shield to epic grade, determination radiating from him. He confidently stated he could evolve the Black Light Shield to epic grade, realizing it could reduce significant damage to himself in battle. He stated that evolving poisonous darts could significantly increase damage output, emphasizing the importance of evolution points for the skill's capabilities. He highlighted the importance of evolving equipment pieces for enhanced agility and movement, showcasing the heavy crimson leather gloves offering various resistances. He noted that 2 pieces of equipment were 525% stronger than the original, significantly increasing damage. He felt his attributes could withstand the current challenges, showcasing improved survivability. He revealed that defeating a boss alone was true strength, questioning if a skill book existed that could make someone excessively powerful. He explained that mages have a basic gold skill book, mentioning a powerful ice ball skill costing 800 days of life, while she noted a cheaper level 5 gold skill book. He explained that Frost Ejection is a level 7 skill, and upgrading it boosts damage by over 40%, costing only 800 days of life, which isn't too expensive. She announces she purchased it for 800 days of life, receiving the Frost Ejection skill book, gaining 800 days of life. He bids farewell to the boss, explaining he has yet to defeat it. He plans to gather endless information on bosses at the golden level. He receives a message from a teammate, mentioning that Qin Xiaoyu wants to provide him with a skill book, though he doubts its value. He learns everyone suspects Shadow killed Song Fei, prompting his teammate to suggest letting her handle the skill book herself. He learns that the expert believes the skill is worthless, suggesting she should keep and sell it. She responds with confusion. A figure with long hair calls Wang Meng to town, stating, "I have something to sell you. Prepare your life days." Wang Meng responds with excitement, "Awesome." He asks his boss about a question regarding Song Fei, expressing curiosity and concern. He acknowledges his actions, declaring, "That's right. I killed him." His dark cloak billows in the orange glow of the sunset. He states that Wang Meng is his friend, affirming that during Song Fei's death, Shadow was not online. The motive and timing of the crime align perfectly. He wonders why they want to arrest him, while she thinks it's a perfect opportunity to test their skills with a new kind of trouble. She confronts him with a smirk, asking if he admits to killing Song Fei. He acknowledges the accusation, saying it is correct. She admits they conducted a thorough investigation, identifying him as their prime suspect, and smilingly assures him of their suspicions. He explains how Song Fei and Zhang Li conspired against him, while also revealing that Beijing Industries kidnapped players and forced them to work. He thinks they can't identify him, so they will cooperate for now. Reflecting on his last life, he wonders how much his rebirth will change things. He realizes his unused platinum skills make his lifespan efficient. Shocked, another character exclaims in disbelief about the powerful platinum skill books he possesses. He reflects on watching the boss open a jade chest, while another character, Little Snow, expresses disbelief over his luck, questioning if getting multiple platinum drops is lucky. She feels frustrated about being called Little Black, while her friend Little Snow smiles. She asks if he wants to call her Little Blackie, and he responds that Little Black's fine. He sighs, expressing that comparison steals joy, while she listens intently. Another character chimes in, mentioning their struggles with a silver boss versus the easy loot she receives. He announces the prices for various platinum skill books, mentioning a discount on the remaining 25 items for them. He concludes the deal, but surprised, questions Captain N's fair price, suggesting he would also handle Little Snow and Wang Meng's debt. He admires Captain N's decisiveness, enjoying the moment with laughter. He learns that after 10,000 days, lifespan converts to almost 22,000 days. Although costly, it's a worthwhile government investment for the benefits. They discuss the equipment and skill books aiding the Shanghai city government in developing teams swiftly, noting stronger authorities can prevent future troubles and gain international advantages. He mentions that Dejang Industries has captured players and asks if she wants to join the rescue mission. He questions whether the government intends to recruit him, implying they want to conceal Song Fei's death. He declines the offer but promises to share something important. He confirms her suspicion about using in-game power, mentioning they need to reach level 10 in the game's Forsaken World to realize their abilities. He warns her to fully grasp the weight of the situation and advises her to use her time wisely. He explains that once their people reach level 10, their rescue mission will encounter even greater resistance. He then says it's good she understands and leaves. Wang Meng suggests splitting the teams for leveling efficiency. He explains that staying together wastes damage, while separate squads can maximize their strength. He understood the plan and emphasized that everyone should reach level 10. He instructed the others to log off and report the information. He noticed Shadow's shop was active again, this time buying instead of selling, with clear offers of 30 days for silver boss coordinates and 100 days for gold boss coordinates. He greeted Shadow with a smirk, asking if he was still selling items. He said their young mistress promised 300 million plus shares if he carried her, emphasizing the rarity of such an opportunity. He mentioned that the young mistress is a rare beauty, expressing disappointment that she's not available. He exclaimed that it serves her right for trying to capture Shadow to enslave him but getting killed instantly. Zhang Li is dead? He remembered how she initially offered Shadow 10 million to carry her. He refused, but he was drawn in by the cash and went to find her. He expected to collect 5 million, but they knocked him out in real life. He woke up in a dark basement, recalling days of torture and forced labor to attract victims. She smirks, reveling in the news of Zhang Li's death, declaring that she got what she deserved. He reflects on his past, realizing he had mocked Shadow for being foolish, only to discover he was the true fool. He mocks someone, linking them to past kidnappings, claiming they will face the authorities soon. He claims to have the silver boss's coordinates, suggesting a trade in 30 days. He warns that she is Lace of Spades, rumored to be the Qian Shishi heiress. Another urges to be cautious, as she targets players. He sees the trio confidently standing together, each exuding unique strength and energy. She dismisses the game as unimpressive, suggesting investing money to buy skills and equipment for greater power. She expresses frustration over missing her flight due to the game, wishing to be enjoying life in North America with her friends, Big Dick and Max Fuker. She complains about being stuck in Daxia City, seeing the local men as weak while admiring Tony's more charming presence. She feels excited about returning to reality, intrigued by his confidence that they are superior to local men. She overhears the shocking news of Song Fei's death and recalls her previous encounter, dismissing him as pathetic for losing so quickly. She confidently declares that his killer is the Shadow, but dismisses him as just another weak man, despite secretly gaining satisfaction about it. She believes defeating the Shadow after killing Song Fei will be easy, eagerly anticipating the chance to meet him. She announces her short departure to make a call, requesting others to contact Shadow, while reflecting on the 3,000 days of lifespan. She reflects that while cash might not interest Shadow, he wouldn't turn down 3,000 days, and it would only take a snap of his fingers to kill someone insignificant. He laughs, recalling her rejection, and ominously warns, "Soon, you'll be dead, Qin Feng." He struggles against the attacking monster, fear evident in his eyes, as thunder rumbles and lightning strikes. He conjures a magical attack against the fierce monster, determination on his face, while lightning crackles around them. He sighed, telling Xiao Yu to avoid healing him so closely, as he was one hit away from confronting his ancestors. He questioned why she yelled, insisting he didn't die. She clarified she wasn't yelling, just reminding him, while another character mentioned her hunger and logging off. He recalled how she used to call him expert, sweetly, but now acted arrogantly. He vowed to destroy that attitude. Xiao reflected on her new apartment, feeling hungry amidst the messy clothes scattered around her bed. Xiao sighed in frustration, noting that all delivery options were closed, with no riders available, feeling disheartened as everyone seemed to be playing the same game. He recalled how Qin Feng always cooked for him back home, while she sat quietly, wishing he didn't have to lift a finger or even think. She insisted that Xiao needed to calm down, affirming that food was trivial compared to the joy of freedom. She encouraged herself, believing she was strong and could succeed, while dismissing the notion of needing Qin Feng. He proudly noted that he had defeated 4 silver bosses in just over an hour, thinking it was impressive. Each kill awarded him 16 evolution points. He noted that defeating a silver boss yields a loot lifespan of 3,500 tradable days, while boasting that his gear is all gold tier now. He noted that cooldown reduction improved significantly, boasting about the gold gear being the highest possible since there are no platinum bosses nearby. He emphasized that class advancement is the only way forward. He pointed at the experience bar, mentioning the need for 20,000 more XP to reach level 3. He noted that only at stealth level 3 could he minimize risks against platinum bosses. In his last life, a flawless 20-man raid had taken down one. He decided to return to town first to sell loot to the government. He vowed to lead the way for everyone, aiming to defeat the world's first platinum boss alone. He nods, acknowledging the expert's departure, as someone waves goodbye, expressing hope to trade with him again, excited about the endless possibilities of their lives. He greets Shadow, confirming his identity with enthusiasm while smiling. He enthusiastically asks if she is interested, offering a good payout for a real-world target. He observes the cloaked figure, who dismisses him with indifference. The atmosphere feels charged, hinting at secrets yet to unfold. He pleads, claiming he can provide information on Qin Feng, while the cloaked figure stands ominously, demanding to know about the murder of Song Fei. He remains silent, pondering the cloaked figure's chilling question about murdering Qin Feng. He questions why the cloaked figure believes this person is deserving of death, while the figure coldly states the payment is 3,000 days of tradable lifespan. He finds the cloaked figure's payment of 3,000 days, worth about 50 million, intriguing, while realizing the target isn't the true mastermind behind the kill. He contemplates his previous life and the grudges that appeared late in the game, feeling tempted, while warning that it's too soon for enemies and only one can share the grudge in God's forsaken game. She gazes playfully, surrounded by glowing hearts, as the character Qian Shishi captures her attention. She realizes only this woman has the motive and means to hire someone to kill Qin Feng, pondering if she desired his elimination earlier. She realizes the hit has another motive, suspecting her true goal involves connecting with Shadow. He states that killing is a bonus after his true aim. He finds it interesting she has come to seek him. He agrees to her deal with conditions. He panics, stating he needs authorization for the deposit payment. He is approved for the deposit, transferring half now. The transaction completes, granting him 1,500 days of tradable lifespan. He plans to take the deposit as interest. He hands over the target's location to the hooded figure, stating tracking down the target should be easy for his skills. He notes that the Shanshui residence is his home. He agrees that results will come in time, while another character remarks disdainfully about their shared position working for Miss Qian. She calls out to the expert to wait, while he looks surprised under his hood. She offers coordinates to a boss location, asking if he wants it. She confidently offers to guide him north of town, promising payment in 100 days upon confirmation. She inquires about the boss, the Plague Bearer, knowing he has faced it. He insists he only needs guidance. She acknowledges the Plague Bearer as a formidable gold-tier opponent. She explains the poison ring that drains people nearby in seconds and confidently claims she can handle the situation skillfully. She states that the boss is in the cave, explaining her team defeated all the other mobs except the boss. She points into the cave, declaring that she sees something there. She notices the twisted tree in the cave, its eerie glow captivating her attention. She offers a small portion of her lifespan, discussing how dodging could help avoid poison attacks effectively. She warns her big brother about a trap, cautioning that starting a fight will attract dangerous foes equipped with level 2 anti-stealth items. She dismisses his words but indicates there's a serious issue ahead. She reveals she was told to act like a hindrance, but in reality, she intends to enjoy herself and learn about his real-life details. He thinks the plan is terrible, expressing his frustration clearly. She reveals she has been coerced into speaking, wanting to expose the truth behind those blackmailing her in real life, expressing a desire for their demise. She questions who is responsible, revealing Dongfang Xian's game ID is Shenyan, mentioning he claims she has already killed him before. She asks about Dongfang Xian and Shenyan, recalling the one who attempted to steal the boss from the Golden Ghost boat and later gave her a skill book as an apology. She challenges the idea of killing Song Fei, expressing concern about her own fate if Dongfang Xian is not stopped. He remarks on the childishness of the plan, recalling no history with the guy, and decides he will kill the boss now, considering it like slaughtering a dog. He declares their plan will be used against them, instructing that their people should come while the others leave. She desperately warns, realizing that the shadow is sacrificing itself. Dongfang Xian previously dispatched 3 teams, but they were all eliminated in under 30 seconds. He reflects on the shadow's struggle against the poisonous damage, realizing it will perish. He must find a way to escape this dire situation. He prepares for a powerful escape, invoking a blessed release. He activates the back attack enhancement, channeling power through a mystical tree, shimmering with red and green energy. Shocked, she gasped, realizing a single attack caused massive damage to the gold-level boss's life. He realized the blessed ability had a 25-second cooldown. He decided not to kill the boss yet, intending to enjoy the wait. He called for everyone to prepare as they entered the cave to confront the boss. He ordered his allies to show no mercy to anyone who attempts to intervene as they charged into the cave. He questioned whether the mysterious figure was with Xian Dongfang, while noting the strong Nai Bai team's plan to pretend to stop their group. He remarked that it was no surprise they deemed her capable of staging this part, noting the shield's gold grade status, indicating it prevented anyone from crossing. He explained that she was fortunate to meet an ancient god in the open field and found a gold grade chest. She activated Instant Somber Cut, while defending herself with a glowing shield, as enemies rushed towards her. In the midst of battle, he unleashed a powerful attack, striking multiple foes with glowing force. He faced the curse of the flower that blooms, unleashing fierce determination and glowing energy towards his enemies. He thought about the terrifying skill that killed many, questioning the meaning of the scarlet flowers. Relieved, he noted how avoiding Dongfang Xian's plan saved him from a fate like Song Fei's. He nervously asked her to add him as a friend, promising to reveal where Dongfang Xian truly resides. She simply replied, okay. She offered her services, saying they would always be free for him. He thought about how her lifestyle caused so many problems for her. He defeated the Plague Bearer, gaining experience and evolution points, as well as a negotiable bonus of 555 days of longevity. He reflected that the longevity loss affecting 10 people is nothing compared to the reward from the boss, admiring their determination despite the chaos. He asked if she was still there and wanted something. She replied that she was leaving immediately, saying goodbye to her big brother. He noticed an assassin skill book and remarked that it had been a while since he saw one, expressing excitement about another one falling. He remembered the assassin class skill, noting its black light explosion that blinds all enemies and the importance of the target's spirit attribute. He considered his ability to blind enemies while in stealth mode, noting that double damage activation remained unaffected, regardless of the enemy's anti-stealth level. He examined the Plague Blade, a platinum assassin-type weapon, noting its powerful attack stats and unique toxin effect that explodes after 3 seconds. He felt satisfied, acknowledging the fruitful day ahead, and noted that with 98 accumulated evolution points, he would soon evolve the epic grade Greedy Hand to legendary grade. He mentioned needing just over 10,000 experience to advance, suggesting they grind small monsters. The excited crab exclaimed, "Scared?" He approached the beach, observing electrifying bolts against a bright sky. Excitement filled the air as he prepared for an adventurous clash. He sighed in relief, ready to proceed with his advanced job, as glowing flames danced around him. He gazed in surprise as the golden flames swirled around him, receiving the news that his shadow job had advanced. He felt a surge of power as golden flames danced around him, realizing his current status had reached 0 tier first tier. He activated his stealth, aware of his impressive job attributes, strength, constitution, agility, and spirit, with their damage potential escalating when attacking enemies from invisible positions. He learned that his job advanced to first tier, vastly enhancing attribute bonuses, and he realized he could maintain stealth permanently if his cooldown allowed. He realized damage from outside his field of vision had increased from 2 to 3 times, and noted being in first tier was truly worthy of the strongest hidden job. He noted the announcement, players reaching level 10 in Shanghai City now numbered 9. The teleportation array to the god-abandoned continent would open in 10 minutes. He noted it was 8:30 p.m., surprised by the 9 players reaching level 10 in Shanghai City. The leaderboard included familiar names and foreign players. He noted that the influence of selling equipment and skill books was starting to show. He wondered if the world situation from his previous life would truly change. He reported that key members of the Dajong Industrial Group were arrested. Additionally, 3 main members remain in the game called God, unable to be captured. He instructed his comrades to inform and Yu to force the suspects offline, as they had been working hard. He noted that even in safe towns, criminals would feel hunger, and his ally agreed, stating they must go offline to avoid arrest. He acknowledged their success, crediting their ally with valuable intelligence about Dejang Industrial, revealing insights on extracting abandoned game abilities into reality. He noted that if they were to defeat leader Jang, casualties would be severe. Several countries reported thousands dead due to clashes, while their teams reached level 10 success. He emphasized that Shadow is vital for their success, insisting they must find a way to fully secure him for their journey. He walked confidently, as she expressed admiration for his unexpected heroism, urging him to share his thoughts. She confidently urged her boss to be proud, revealing that officials had announced news involving Dajong Industrial's conspiracy against players, implicating him in Song Fei's fate. He remained silent, a mysterious figure cloaked in shadows, contemplating his next move. He spoke about officials wanting him for future cooperation while expressing urgency to find Dongfang Xian's real location, expecting to send updates soon. He noted that many are utilizing the town's teleportation array, but emphasized that no one can use the continent's teleportation array yet. He observed that the current town area is merely a newbie village, while reaching the god-abandoned continent marks the real beginning of the game. He questioned the absence of anyone who might have teleported. Another asserted it was obviously the Shadow Boss. One character expressed confusion over his invisibility despite having level 2 anti-stealth. He confidently stated that everything was the same as his previous life. He looked at the familiar Shanghai city ruins, feeling a sense of nostalgia as the fiery sky loomed above. He noted that players from various cities are arriving at the god-abandoned continent, where the city ruins mimic their own locations. The reason remains a mystery. As he faces the monstrous beast, a feeling of dread washes over him. As he activates Ghost Shadow Blur, a sense of urgency fills him, and he disappears from view, becoming a mere shadow. Using Flash Shadow Slash, he successfully defeated the Earthshaker, gaining a normal grade. He activated the Grace of Relief, focusing power amidst intense energy surges. He unleashed the Flash Shadow, sending powerful bolts in all directions. He noted that there are no longer safe zones in towns. Additionally, he warned that monsters lurk everywhere, and attacks can happen at any time. He mentioned that finding hidden shelters in the ruins allows establishing strongholds and dominating one area, as the sunset casts an ominous glow. He noted that the best shelter in the ruins of Shanghai City is in the northwest, as vibrant orbs of energy swirl around. He remembered the God-slaying guild's shelter from his previous life. He marveled at the god's abandoned continent, questioning why it resembled a modern city. Confusion filled the air as memories stirred within him. He exclaimed in surprise, recognizing the ruins of Jiangnan City, realizing the tower was still standing. She smiled knowingly, reminding him not to panic since Brother Shadow could vanish. He warned others to be cautious, shouting about the approaching monsters. He raised his shield as she called for spirit protection, while wielding her staff, ready to defend against an unknown threat. He warned her to be cautious, stating that even common monsters here strike harder than silver-rank bosses in small towns. He executed a powerful binding shot, unleashing a brilliant energy wave. He confidently declared that the monster is vulnerable to crowd control, instructing his allies to unleash their full power to defeat the enemies. She unleashed a powerful fireball, calling it the prophetic fireball, ready to unleash her magic against the looming threat. After defeating the monsters, they celebrated, exclaiming it was so cool and joyfully chanting, "Ta-da da 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 da." He urged Xiao Shui to send her owl to scout the area, to which she agreed. He expressed concern about the many monsters around, while noting the last battle drew them closer. Yet, he saw no safe zones nearby, questioning the captain on their next move. He shouted in disbelief about the lack of a safe zone. Another character expressed confusion about why the continent had turned into a survival game. She asked Xiao Shui to locate Boss Shadow, believing he was close. He had come just 10 minutes before them, and finding him meant safety. An owl searched frantically, noting that there was no sign of anyone and suddenly shouted, "Wait," as it sensed something urgent approaching. He noted that a bright light in the northwest indicated loot dropped from a monster. Realizing it was the boss's doing, he commented on his full inventory. He warned his companions about the many monsters emerging around them. She urged everyone to move quickly, stating that Shadow had cleared the area and it was safe. She added that following the trail of dropped items would lead them to Shadow. He urged everyone to stay alert and maintain formation, warning not to get separated, and confidently declared they would fight while retreating, to which another character responded, "Roger." He noted that even without Graceful Liberation's effect, total damage from instant Shadow Slash could reach 20 to 30,000, calling the area a paradise for monster farming. He declared they had arrived at what he called a hideout. He mentioned that beneath the ruins lies a massive palace, discovered only after the previous era. He stated that the underground palace contains over 1,000 rooms and is the largest hideout in GNA City, serving as his God Slayer Guild's base. He revealed that the hideout resembled a dungeon, inhabited by mechanical monsters and a powerful guardian, emphasizing that a larger hideout necessitates a stronger guardian. He recounted how, in his past life, he formed the God Slayer Guild, gathering 3 squads and 18 elite members. He noted that all were level 15 and fully armed, yet they nearly failed to take the palace. They arrived at the hideout, a realm known as the Land of Soul Purification, enveloped in an ethereal atmosphere. He confidently declared that he alone was sufficient. Below, a sign warned to defeat the territory guardian to claim the area. He faced the level 12 gold monster, the elemental spirit, weapon drawn, focused on the challenge ahead. He confronted the moment of absolute darkness, surrounded by shadowy figures. Surrounded by swirling blue energy, he faced shadowy foes, determined and unwavering. While enemies are blinded, he declared that all his attacks would deal extra damage, claiming even basic attacks could instantly eliminate these level 12 minions. He announced that all 15 small monsters in the main hall were defeated, but the extensive Land of Soul Purification contained countless halls and rooms, a daunting challenge. He realized many monsters were lurking, thinking if he defeated all of them in this area, it would provide considerable advantage once again. He contemplated that defeating all the small monsters in the area would give him a significant advantage. He realized that the Guardian boss would soon emerge, looming ominously. He asked if they were on the god's abandoned continent, while she wondered why the place felt so familiar. Amid the ruins, he exclaimed that it resembled New York, while she stared, puzzled by their surroundings. He declared they were in the ruins of London, as rain fell heavily around them. He remarked in disbelief, questioning if this was truly the ruins of London, as chaos erupted around the destroyed bridge. He expressed shock, questioning if individuals from various regions were brought to their hometown ruins, wondering if the city's location mirrored the actual world. He expressed concern, exclaiming that the situation was dire and urged everyone to flee from the monstrous creatures looming over them. He assured her there were no monsters nearby and suggested they rest to recover. He remarked that it was unsurprising the man was the boss's shadow. He believed they were strong but could only tremble behind the boss's legs. She corrected him, saying he should watch his words. She noted that, without the boss's help, they would have perished, and wondered about their respawn point should they die here. She suggested to Captain N that they should wait until all members reach level 10 before exploring together. He wondered why the monster had vanished at this specific spot, noticing plenty of loot scattered below. He decided to reach out to Shadow first, uncertain if Shadow still desired those items. He declared that all the minions had been vanquished, surrounded by a radiant aura. He announced he had defeated over 600 monsters from the minions and gained significant experience and evolution points. He realized he needed just 5 more points to evolve his greedy hand. His brother called out, mentioning dropped items from the slain monsters that remained unclaimed. He noted that Wang Meng's group had arrived too. He replied that he would reach out later regarding equipment to sell, while his brother mentioned waiting for him at coordinates 89,554, 66,566. He noticed the Guardian had appeared, cloaked and mysterious, with silver hair and a mask concealing his identity. He observed the Guardian of the Land of Soul Purification, a mighty figure glowing with ethereal light, asserting its authority as platinum grade. He recalled that the Soul Purifier, Fei Sar, was the strongest monster and highest grade boss in the ruins, with a total of 750,000 HP across 3 phases. He remembered that in his past life, Soul Purifier Fei Sar's single target thunder attacks were deadly, but now he felt confident, stating he wouldn't need to endure them anymore. He unleashed a powerful attack, feeling unwavering confidence against past threats. He no longer feared Soul Purifier Fei Sar's deadly thunder strikes. He thought about the severe risk of getting hit by lightning, knowing it meant certain death. His current dodge rate was 78%, but Soul Purifier's attacks had much higher accuracy. He reflected on his current agility, stating he could sprint over 40 meters per second and easily dodge lightning strikes. He recalled leading his guild members in a past life, only surviving due to a shield priest and luck, but this time would be different. He vowed not to let the boss have a single opportunity, unleashing powerful energy in his strike. He recalled the damage inflicted by multiple powerful attacks, taking down 250,000 instantly. He prepared himself as the boss entered Phase 2. He entered the second phase, as the Soul Purifier summoned powerful lightning. The boss warned that to win, he must attack in this phase. In the previous battle, he explained how their team suffered from a devastating attack, leading to his teammates' anger and refusal to continue. In their next attempt, they succeeded easily. He warned that each orb destroyed would harm the Soul Purifier. He warned that destroying all 3 orbs would trigger Phase 3. He warned that destroying all 3 orbs would trigger Phase 3, as the glowing armored figure radiated crackling blue energy. He focused on the swirling blue energy around him, preparing for the surge of power that would soon erupt. He realized the soul purifier began unleashing persistent AoE lightning attacks, recalling how the guild equipped members to resist, yet they barely survived even with 4 priests. He stated that in this life, there was no need to go that far. He proclaimed that there was no need to go that far in this life, as a mysterious force encircled him. He stated that if the ground was constantly hit by lightning, he would attack from above, unleashing a dark light shield in a powerful release. He explained that with constant lightning hitting the ground, he would attack from above, striking from the air with fierce power. He unleashed a powerful technique called the Dark Light Shield, demonstrating great skill and elegance in his movements. He executed the instant Shadow Slash X, unleashing a devastating energy attack that illuminated the darkness with vibrancy. After defeating the Soul Purifier, he celebrated reaching level 11, gaining 5 attribute points and 1,520 days of lifespan, feeling proud of his achievement. He explained that this hideout provides not only protection but also storage, emphasizing that everything can be brought into the real world. He reflected that even the deadliest weapons, like nuclear bombs, quickly became unusable. Fighter jets and tanks would be forced to function temporarily before turning into scrap metal. He realized that future battles would rely solely on power from the cursed game, while safe hideouts could be established as magic defense barriers. He reflected on his past life, recalling how his guild used this space as their stronghold, remembering both the joyful and scheming individuals who passed through. He vowed not to repeat his past mistakes, asserting his resolve to grow strong alone until he reaches the top. He held a massive, gleaming axe, rain falling around him as he prepared for battle. He called out for her to move while she cried for help, trapped in the rain and fear as danger approached. She screamed in horror as the vessel erupted, a spray of yellow splashing towards her. She lay on the ground, devastated by losing 14 years of non-tradable lifespan and 2 days of tradable lifespan. She exclaimed in frustration about the boss's giant axe, questioning why he still couldn't dodge. She shouted in frustration, questioning who was to blame for the boss's attack, while he angrily protested about her failure to draw aggro properly. She shouted for Xiao Yu's help, panicking as the boss chased her. She suggested to Xiao Yu that they farm small monsters to level up, expressing concern about their low lifespan and her fear. Xiao Yu listened closely. He learned that player, Shadow, Zhanghai City, was the first in the world to defeat a platinum-grade boss, earning 10 reputation points. He was shocked to learn that Shadow had soloed a platinum boss, exclaiming about the rarity of such an achievement and questioning Shadow's true identity. She expressed disbelief about the platinum grade, having never seen a gold one. Her companion feared the strength of the opponent, feeling overwhelmed. She shouted in frustration about the weakness of others, questioning why the Shadow was the first to defeat a platinum boss. After defeating the Soul Purifier, he celebrated reaching level 11. He explained that after level 10, each level grants +4 to all attributes and 10 free points. He didn't anticipate a platinum box to provide 20 evolution points. Now, he can evolve the greedy hand skill once more. He was pleased, seeing his bonus loot increase from 3 to 5. Now, he also enjoys an additional 100 storage slots. He unleashed a legendary ability, Greedy Hand, radiating golden energy as it surged forward. He received 5 bonus loot items and 100 evolution points, now with 115 points remaining. He noted some assassin items and a skill book to store. He stood confidently, casting a spell with shimmering energy, confronting a devout follower. He commanded to gather all the loot in the palace into one pile. A figure grumbled in response, releasing swirling, glowing orbs. He noted that he had 115 evolution points, which he could use to upgrade non-epic skills to epic. He used 42 evolution points to upgrade Shadow Stealth to epic, extending duration to 60 seconds and increasing exit damage to 500. Moreover, he applied 34 points to enhance Backstab damage from 50% to 75%. He used 33 evolution points to enhance Cursed Blooming Flower, extending its duration to legendary. It can permanently erase corpses from play. He was shocked, questioning if it could absorb non-tradable orbs. He pondered that many high-level areas in bog zones significantly drain life force, questioning why the non-tradable life force was being wasted. He vowed never to run out of non-tradable life force again, declaring it a god-tier skill. He congratulated the boss on the first platinum boss kill. She asked what was wrong, and he shared good news. Dongfang Xian finally logged out. She mentioned a family gathering at Zhongnan restaurant and added that they bought a lot of lifespan to convert it into combat power in-game. He complimented someone, stating they did well. Another character insisted they needed to defeat Dongfang Xian to avoid serious trouble. He reassured his companion not to worry. After taking the items, he explained that the 100 slots from Greed's space were quite useful, asserting he would find Wong and deliver everything. She excitedly pointed out that Shadow was approaching, and her friend looked surprised. She joyfully called out to her boss while running eagerly toward him. She confidently stated her pricing policy to him and offered a discount for the common items. She cheerfully confirmed her offer, estimating earlier items' value at over 1,000 lifespan, rounding it up to 2,000. She agreed to the deal, detailing that the items, including silver, gold, and platinum gear, had a total value of 18,000 tradable lifespan. He appreciated the support, expressing excitement for Gianna City's development. She inquired about his large inventory, joking if he was a magical creature. He noted their inventories were full. A tip mentioned a teleport circle to the starting village. He declared he was leaving, warning that returning required a payment of 500 lifespans. The trio watched him depart, contemplating his words. She insisted he had to be a reincarnator, questioning how he knew such hidden information. He looked worried, while another character, trembling, pleaded not to scare him. She suggested flirting with Shadow instead, turning playfully while showing off a drink can. He asked if she wanted to sacrifice her travel lifespan to bring this ability to the real world, explaining that level and job evolution would synchronize. He explained she had sacrificed 27,000 days of life for job evolution, then eagerly mentioned the upcoming skill extraction and gaining more skills. He explained that the Pendant of the Faithful not only decreases cooldown time but that the silver devout follower it summons is almost invincible in the real world. After exhausting all reserves, only 488 days of tradable lifespan remain, but now, his real-world power almost matches his in-game power. He reflected on the need to collect more lifespan before his next logout to achieve full synchronization. He pondered deeply, seated on the bed, consumed by shadows. He sat on the bed, contemplating his situation, realizing Qian Shishi knew his address. To extract the Land of Soul Purification, he needed 1,300 years of lifespan in a temporary base first. He glanced out cautiously, his hand poised as if ready for action, aware of unseen threats. He stood firm, raising his hand against the greedy hand's glow, determined to confront the encroaching power. He chuckled, noting that the storage offered by Greedy Hand was incredibly convenient, as all his belongings went straight into it. Dongfang Xian is at the Jiangnan Association, arriving from this complex. He reflects that with his current speed, he can reach his destination quickly as he gazes up at the tall buildings. He reflects that 10 minutes is sufficient to reach his destination as he looks up at the towering buildings. He reflects that the current situation affects skills and lifespan in reality, while another mentions the Dongfang family's son is successfully building strength. He confidently tells his grandfather that this is just his duty. He expresses satisfaction with her progress, explaining they acquired various items, including skills, by trading a lot of lifetime. He explains the goal is to secure the core quickly for an early advantage, aiming to expand their clan's influence in the real world. He reflects on his goal to capture Shadow Guy, planning to reveal his secrets and force him to extend his reign of immortality, claiming, "Once I become number one, all of you will die." He asks about the progress on the Shadow situation they previously discussed. He reassures his grandfather about finding a trustworthy woman to uncover Shadow's identity, emphasizing the need to capture Shadow alive to serve the Dongfang family. He suggests raising a toast to the Dongfang family's rise, despite the fallen figures around him, highlighting the family's enduring power. He expresses surprise that the people in this family remain armed. He contemplates the implications of using expensive gear in the real world and worries about fatal injuries. He thinks he must remain cautious as a powerful creature, with sharp claws for melee and ranged attacks, urges to eliminate the weak. He sensed tension as multiple figures confronted him, demanding to know who he was. He shouted that they were facing a monster from the God-forsaken game, urging them to shoot immediately. He reacted with fear as the monster from the God-forsaken game approached, while his friend lay helplessly on the ground, glowing with energy. He called out to Shenner for help, panicking as a dark figure gripped him, surrounded by ominous shadows. He shouted in frustration as he hurried away, while the sinister figure behind him unleashed a green energy, hinting at dark powers. He urgently declared his need to escape quickly, believing that entering the game would ensure his safety. He determined that reaching level 10 in the game would allow him to extract his power into the real world, ensuring no one could threaten him. He stood in shock, realizing the swirling energy around him meant something crucial. It was an unexpected breakthrough, igniting hope and excitement within. He felt a powerful energy radiating from him, while a figure frantically fled, leaving a trail of shadows behind. He gasped in shock, his expression betraying fear as he muttered, "Shaw." Dao. A sense of impending danger filled the air. He recoiled in horror, realizing the curse of the blooming flower enveloped him in a sea of ominous red petals. He stands amidst swirling red petals, realizing he has absorbed tradable lifespan, losing 2,000 days and gaining non-saleable lifespan of 182 years. He marvels at the incredible spoils, exclaiming how massive the harvest is. He stands in awe as swirling red energy surrounds him, creating a breathtaking spectacle. He reflects on how his actions, influenced by the curse of the blooming flower, erased all signs of life, absorbing their essence completely. He reflects on his non-tradable lifespan of 2,327 years, feeling less pressure when entering the violent zone. He urgently called for the police after hearing gunshots and screams from the VIP room. He saw the police rush in, responding to the urgent situation as they entered the dining area of the Dongfang family. He worriedly informed the others about a shootout, fearing casualties. Suddenly, he noticed something was wrong as police rushed in. He exclaimed in frustration, noting the chaotic VIP room and questioning why no one was present, while seeking answers about anyone leaving the restaurant. He wondered where the Dongfang family had gone, feeling a sense of urgency and suggesting they report it to the police. He decided that the Qian Group would be the next target. He noted that the Qian Group's headquarters moved to North America before the game emerged, and only their president's daughter, Qian Shi, remains obstructing his plans. He thought about the nearly 300 kilometers to Modu, realizing walking would take 2 to 3 hours, feeling it would be too much of a waste of time. He sat on the bed, pondering how to acquire a mount. He stood within a glowing circle, contemplating his return to the unsettling game. He realized there were still silver and gold tier bosses left in the ruins, deciding he could hunt them first. She excitedly called out to her boss, sharing thrilling news. He looked surprised, intrigued by what she had to say. Xiao excitedly exclaimed about finding a tomb entrance while her companion questioned how she discovered it, noting that they didn't notice someone was missing during their journey. After searching for a while, Xiao's companion exclaimed that Xiao Hei had fallen into a hole, explaining it was a unique tomb area where the team's functions failed. They followed the hole down, discovering a level 12 gold boss attacking fiercely. They expressed urgency to return to town to prepare, worried about the upcoming challenges. He expressed disbelief, reflecting on how stumbling through the city ruins led to discovering a tomb, comparing it to random wild encounters in the Temple of Faith. He asked for the coordinates, and she reminded him not to forget to share any updates with them. He noted her surprising attractiveness. He explained that the well served as the entrance, while she wondered how Xiao Hei stumbled into such a large hole just by walking. He entered the Tomb of Resentment, as a warning about long-range communication being blocked flashed above him. The menacing vengeful ghost, level 12, loomed ominously with glowing red eyes, wielding a massive sword, creating an unsettling atmosphere. He recalled never facing this vengeful ghost before and thought it was a physical attacker with high attack power and long range. He thought it made sense that Yul panicked. Their gear provided little defense. Wang Meng was a holy shield meant to strike with power. He realized that if he got hit, it would surely be fatal. He unleashed an instant shadow slash, demonstrating a graceful release of power. He declared that the boss had high defense, making it impossible to deal real damage, while another character reflected that it was useless to persist at this rate. He swiftly advanced, cloaked in a dark cape, unleashing a powerful wave of green energy that surged forward. He realized too late that it was a corpse explosion and admitted he had been careless. Thankfully, he activated Shadow Stealth, avoiding certain death. In his past life, he recalls facing an unprecedented boss, while one team member foolishly attempted to loot, only to perish instantly from a corpse explosion. He never expected a gold-tier boss in a tomb to self-destruct, acquiring a skill and multiple rewards for defeating it. Excitedly, he exclaims that he received useful equipment and a skill book. He activates the Dark Knight Ring, an assassin-type skill, unleashing dark energy to strike enemies within a 5-meter radius, causing immense damage. He considers the Dark Knight Ring's significant damage capabilities and plans to evolve it into an epic skill. He notes that after evolving, the radius increased from 5 to 12 meters, and the bonus damage rose from 500 to 1300 points. He realizes that although it's an AoE skill, the bonus damage isn't high. He calculates that its total damage per cast is still lower than Shadow Slash, but for small monsters, it's a god-tier skill. He notes that while Shadow Slash has a limited range and his linear, Dark Knight Ring Blade's circular strategy proves more effective against groups. He reflects on the armor's limited usefulness, contemplating whether to replace it with a better level 5 gold armor for improved damage resistance and attack power. He reflects on entering the tomb, hoping to find good gear and considering that acquiring a mount would enhance his journey. He observed the green figure attacking, while she screamed in panic. He screamed in terror, his face contorted in fear and desperation. He angrily told Qin Xiaoyu that she had a body but no brain, blaming her for their team's losses. She desperately replied that she couldn't trade her lifespan, having only 2 years left. He shouted at her not to appear at school again, threatening destruction. She cried out in surprise, feeling overwhelmed while lying on the ground. He called out to Xiaoyu while she lay on the ground, frustrated by her presence. He urged Xiaoyu to join him in visiting his parents' town, mentioning a social aid group for elderly people and those like them who can't play the game. Zhang Wei angrily confronted Yan Yan, declaring she was better than anyone pursuing him, while Yan Yan knelt, distressed. She lay on her bed, bewildered and lost in thought. She giggled, playfully asking if he wanted her help to level up. He confidently offered 1 level for a night together, curious about the cold goddess from their school. She retorted, challenging him to look in the mirror first. She revealed her long-hidden feelings to Zhang Weiyu, explaining that her brother Qin Feng once hindered her from confessing, but now she could finally be with him. He playfully scolded her, questioning if she wanted him to die laughing, while she responded that he might even harm his own brother. She was feeling overwhelmed. Rui Xiao invites her over for company, while she boasts about her newfound talent, and a bored brother Ma asks for someone to join him in Shell Town. Frustrated, she reflects on her loneliness, cursing those around her. She worries, knowing she only has 2.5 years of tradable lifespan left. Feeling isolated, she struggles with her emotions and whispers Qin Feng's name softly. Feeling determined, she believes he won't abandon her. She thinks he must know how to return, and she needs to seek him out. Determined, she plans to apologize when she sees him, believing he will forgive her. Yet, she internally questions why she should apologize since she feels blameless. She hesitates at the door, reassuring herself that this is only temporary. She decides to be obedient and thinks he will help her level up, remembering his love since childhood. She clenches her fist, resolving that once the lifespan crisis passes, she'll break all ties with him, admiring her genius plan to rely on Xiaoyu. She knocks urgently on the door, calling for Qin Feng to open it and rush, as she announces her arrival back home. She angrily demands Qin Feng to open the door, expressing her frustration with, "Screw you, you bastard," revealing her fierce determination. She wonders where Qin Feng is, shocked that everything, the bed, table, and clothes, has vanished. Holding his phone, he receives a message. The number he dialed is currently unavailable. She holds her phone, feeling confused as she reads that the number she dialed is currently unavailable, pondering, where did Qin Feng go? In the depths of the Tomb of Regret, he unleashes a powerful attack, blue energy extending from his hand as enemies scatter in fear. He declares that he has reached the end, as a mysterious stone glows before him, surrounded by a powerful aura. He mentions having defeated over 200 small monsters, several bronze and silver bosses, while he nears level 12. He hopes opening the coffin reveals a platinum tier boss. He realizes the silver tier devout follower he summoned has fallen. Recognizing the threat of a gold tier boss, he curses the deadly miasma that rendered him helpless. He recalls from his previous life that someone had unleashed this boss, feeling the ominous presence around him. He reflects that it spread to the nearest base, causing severe casualties for those unaware of the truth. He warns that unless a teammate assists with exorcism or possesses special immunity, death is unavoidable. He reveals its true form. He unleashes the Dark Knight Ring Blade, surrounded by swirling dark energy, hinting at immense power and danger. He reveals that something lurks within the toxic fog. He triumphantly declares the defeat of the gold tier boss, known as Deadly Miasma, noticing its power exceeds platinum level, still marked as gold. He smirks, realizing he has just learned Dark Knight Ring Blade, a powerful magic attack skill. After a challenging adventure, he laughs, expressing disappointment over obtaining only gold tier loot from the conquered tomb, calling it greedy hand. He wonders in disbelief if he truly acquired a mount after receiving a rare item, Mount Bell. He excitedly declares that he has acquired a mount, Mount Bell, which is a walking good luck charm and can assist in battle. He excitedly explains that Ghost Knight Wolf is among the fastest mounts, activating special abilities as it prepares for the next battle. He excitedly announces that it's both a mount and a battle pet, highlighting its stealth abilities and power. He plans to level up and save lifespan for the mount, then intends to deal with future troubles by eliminating Mo Yu. He thinks about the Zhonghai Arena, a vast area with 2 underground levels and many monsters, considering it the perfect place to level up quickly. He declared that this place is a paradise for the strong. He struck fiercely at the beast, which roared menacingly in response, creating a chaotic atmosphere as they battled under a fiery sky. Excitedly, she shouted that they had triumphed, while flames flickered dramatically around her. He expressed excitement about Captain An's impressive damage, while noting Ma Neiliang, son of a Shanghai City Bureau director, considered her hidden class, Dragon Swordsman, powerful. He was confused about a gold tier boss taking too long to defeat, while another said the boss was a sneaky assassin who was hiding. He added that his own background made things easier. He questioned the archer's strategy, suggesting they excel at slowly defeating bosses, while she insisted on her upright nature, refusing to use such tactics. She heard rumors about Shadow's ruthless morals and bloodthirstiness in reality. while stating she knows a police hunter with level 3 anti-stealth detection. He suggested setting a trap to uncover Shadow's true identity and control him, expressing concern over continuous chaos caused by others. He told Xiao Ma that she's not grasping the situation, explaining they need to clean up their mess. He mentioned a prior global first kill, suggesting to use the luck of a second-rate person to win overall. He questioned whether Shadow was just a weak assassin, believing their high anti-stealth should easily counter him. He angrily confronted others about their audacity to scold him. An Yu smugly promised to ruin Shadow's reputation while a character wondered about a dropped treasure. He laughed, questioning the number of bosses that Guy had defeated. A character wondered if his skill was just in treasure hunting. She expressed her worry to Captain In, revealing her paranoia. He asked about the Jiangnan restaurant case and the missing Dongfang family during a gathering. She questioned if they should continue cleaning up after Shadow, pondering what if he's actually a serial killer. He heard about the case being taken seriously, with many suspecting Shadow's involvement. However, she mentioned there was no evidence connecting him to it. She reflected on the serious case, asserting that even if he was involved, she would still choose to collaborate with him, vowing to handle it herself. She questioned why anyone wouldn't want to be in Fat Shadow's favor. A worried companion interrupted, announcing they had discovered a gladiator-style arena nearby, despite the monsters already being dead. He exclaimed that the ground was covered in corpses, unsure which team was strong enough to eliminate them all. He encouraged them to proceed, indicating they would investigate further. He exclaimed in amazement over the countless drops, wondering how many mobs were defeated, while suggesting they investigate further, considering it must have been Shadow. He questioned her certainty about Shadow's involvement, while she replied that it was because he held the top rank on the leaderboards. Their official team was close behind, suggesting it had to be him. He scoffed, suggesting that with stealth, he could easily succeed too. Meanwhile, another character called out to the boss for extra gear and skill books after their recent battles. He stood bravely, while a towering wolf with glowing eyes loomed behind him, ready for action. He exclaimed in surprise, wondering about the glowing-eyed wolf's origin while she admired its beauty, questioning her boss about their impressive mount. He thanked them for the coordinates they provided, claiming he got it from that tomb. She joyfully thanked Xiao He, her laughter echoing with happiness. She proposed a trade, offering everything on the ground, reiterating the usual deal. He accepted, knowing if he disagreed, he could simply walk away. She confidently walked away while the others reacted in shock, as he exclaimed his disbelief about her actions. He angrily shouted about Shadow humiliating him in front of everyone, vowing that Shadow would pay for it. He triumphantly shared that he cleared the Colosseum Arena ruins, earning a great gold-tier skill book. He learned about the gold-tier skill, Silent Stealth, which allows him to remain concealed indefinitely, dealing extra damage when attacking. He proudly acknowledges that this skill not only enhances his stealth, but also allows him to vanish in reality with the right timing. He recognizes his potential to evolve further, having consumed various skills. The area around him feels charged with possibilities. He holds the necklace close, contemplating its significance. With newfound abilities from his unique items, he confidently declares his stealth reaches level 4. No one can match his shadow skills. He looms ominously, his massive figure radiating power and danger. He questions who would be reckless enough to provoke the formidable boss, his face partially obscured. Tension fills the air around him. He remembered a previous life where she emerged in the GNA ruins, witnessing over 1,000 players in the raid as the total death count surpassed 4,000. She was the guardian of the second largest sanctuary in the GNA ruins. He originally intended to confront Qian Shishi, but now planned to take her. He exclaimed that it was sharp and deadly, showcasing his concern. He screamed in terror as a blade swept dangerously close, while others fought nearby. He admonished, considering her plans to confront the Steel Saint, that seemed overly bold. He then paused, realizing something important. He exclaimed, recognizing the white tiger and calling out Chen Wuming's name while charging forward, ready to confront the unexpected challenge ahead. Chen Wuming, the hidden class Templar Knight, recalled his past friend who had taught him during his previous life, noting this sly guy's deceptive tactics. In his past life, Chen Wuming recalls the Steel Saintess's downfall, reflecting on the saying that the Western Zone belonged to Blade God and the East to Knight's Sanctum. He recalls how the Knight's Sanctum forced new recruits to sign oppressive contracts, promising safety but imposing a toll on their lifespans, likening most to mere servants for elite fighters. He smirks, calling it perfect timing, while proclaiming to Chen Wuming that this time he won't escape. He stares fiercely, declaring his blade to be darkness and blood, striking fear into his enemies, who look shocked and terrified. He raises his hand, acknowledging the defeat of multiple players, including Sha Ermai, Xu Feng, and Lai Mowo, reflecting a mix of power and foreboding. He angrily demands to know who is responsible for the chaos, questioning if it was Shadow, expressing confusion over the sudden violence against their group. He reacts with surprise, questioning why she refuses to eat meat. The image captures their intense expressions, hinting at unresolved tension. He executes an instant shadow slash, his fierce determination radiating through his intense gaze. He struggles against the curse of blooming flower, surrounded by ominous red flowers. He angrily confronts Shadow, questioning the relevance of beef, while his two companions express panic as one cries out about his tradable lifespan hitting 0. He realizes it must be Shadow's impressive skill. As the president shouts to gather the team and fight back, another panicked character suggests retreating to regain the lost lifespan. She cries, questioning Shadow's motives for targeting her lifespan. He wondered if the girl he encountered was Qin Xiaoyu, reflecting on how he absorbed 4 days of tradable lifespan and 1 year of non-tradable lifespan. Only a little lifespan was absorbed, indicating she hit rock bottom. He noted that she joined Knight's Sanctum as a black slave, smirking as he thought, hey, serves her right. He confidently stated that the first phase of the boss battle isn't difficult, while the faint ghost shadow surrounded him. He explained that using graceful release allows for targeted or area of effect physical attacks while demonstrating Plague Blade. He displayed his attack, demonstrating a weak point hit that dealt significant damage, marked by the numbers -7,551 and -7,536. He explained that the entity is a guardian due to its terrifying Phase 2. The entity ominously declared that upon its awakening, it reflects every attack back to its opponent. He mentioned a rumor that the demon's stomach holds a portal. Anyone eaten by it is said to vanish to an unknown place, rumored to be a volcano's depths. He suspected some fool mixed up lore from another game.